And good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing? Good to see everyone. Oh man, just like the chat is just like blowing up. Fantastic. Let me take a look at that. Well, that's the new kind of intro deal that I cobbled together really, really fast, just kind of spur of the moment. I was like, I want something. So I was because everybody else has something. I was like, I don't, and so I figured I'd just do it myself real quick. So I just made a real quick background and I threw some music that I own onto it. Just like, boom, I'm just going to do this and throw it out there and see what you people like. If you guys dig that, or if you want something a little bit more, poppy, or does that fit for the channel? Do you guys dig that? It's a work in progress, and of course, your feedback helps me to improve it, improve it and make things better. So, definitely let me know what you thought of that. And let's see who we got in the chat tonight. Let's see, got Marcus Dresden in the house. What's up? Says, well, hey, Warren. Say, Many Hangman says, sup, chat, just shit my pants. Well, I hope not. If not, we'll wait for you. Just called me Abby is in the house. Good to see you. Turing Test 2 has lurk mode engaged. Cygnus TSP is in the house. Here we go. And I see the emojis are already blowing up. Yes, that's the Donut Earth one. And don't forget, if anybody particular drops by, you know the emojis to use. Who else is in the house? UKPI says hello. Good to see you. Skeptic Dank, what's up, my Homo sapien? And Commander Darklight, the man, one of the first patrons over at our Week in Horror show. Is an amazing dude, absolutely a huge supporter of my channel, of all the beardsmen, of all of us, in the work that we do. So hey, Commander Darklight, good to see you. UKPI says atheism is a nonprofit organization. It can be. It certainly can be. Skeptic Dank, it's good to see you. Yeah, what is the deal with Christian's Many Hangman? I'm very curious myself. Just craziness, just absolute nuts. In some of them, just absolutely. I guess the stuff that gets our attention is absolutely crazy. Oh, what else we got? Yes, Cygnus TSP said, let's go. We have started. Yes, Commander Darklight, crank it out with all of the emojis that I've created for you. And as soon as I get some more members, I'll be able to add more emojis. I have more in stock. So I can't wait to show them to you. Many Hangman says, disliking Warren coming too late. Sorry. Oh, well, I was testing out the new intro. A new kind of like the little hold screen. I thought it was a little bit engaging. I think the music is a little lively, kind of gets the energy up and gets me going. So I'm kind of like, yeah, let's dive in there. So I'm not trying to pick it up right off the stop. It's just, it doesn't feel so, I guess, static. It's just kind of blank screen and then boom, then I'm there. It's a nice little transition in. Oh, let's see. Skeptic Dank says, bridge my divide, Daddy. I will do my best to bridge your divide. Kevin Paul's in the house. Good morning. Morning, Kevin Paul. NANA. Another one of my amazing patrons over Week in Horror. Good to see you. Skeptic Dank. So that I will attempt to bridge it. Cygnus TSP, definitely. Charlie Welch is in the house. One of my amazing channel members. Thank you, sir. And so is Cygnus TSP. I'm going to try and get in the habit of make sure I know everybody who's a member gets called out for that. Sounded like a Jethro Tull instrumental. Maybe if you didn't like the music, I will definitely change it. I'll find something different. I kind of dug it. It's upbeat. It's fun. So plot hole is in the house. Another also one of my amazing channel members and one of the illustrious four beardsmen says, "Dude just caught wind of a massive project. I would love to hear about said massive project. I'm very curious." And just call me Abby says, "Just call me Abby's in the house." Says, "Good philosophy. See good and bad. Good philosophy. See good and bad. I like." Fifth Element, good reference. Mr. Malord says, jail with low standards lets me mod. I love it. Of course I do. Mr. Malord, you're amazing. Absolutely amazing. Love having Mr. Malord around. And a huge supporter of Week in Horror. Oh, hey, what's up, Peter Noddle? I think this is the first time I've seen Peter Noddle in the chat. Listed a different name, but good day. Good to see you. And who else we got? That looks like it. Cygnus TSP says, the music was awesome. I'm a huge Toll fan. Fantastic. Awesome. That sounds great. And NANA is a new member. Welcome, NANA, to the Godless Army. Pleasure to have you. I'm trying to keep that as low. I mean, that's pretty much as low as YouTube will let me go. So, and I don't think I don't think I warrant anything higher than 99 cents. So, I think it's, and given what's going on out there in the world right now, as you saw by the thumbnail, things are kind of on fire out there. And occasionally I feel doing this when I'm kind of upbeat and I'm kind of, with the energy that I have, I kind of feel like I'm playing the fiddle while it burns. But it's not a downer. It's not supposed to be a downer one. It's just supposed to be, we're talking about the things that are going on in the world and some of the craziness that's going on here, maybe some of the stuff internationally. just what's going on in the world, and especially what is going on with y'all, what's happening with you guys, and this the craziness that you're saying, or stuff that, like, how can we make things better? How can we bridge that divide between us, the societal divides that are created that keep us from seeing the larger picture, that keep us from seeing how to move this species forward into the future instead of just, literally dying on this planet, which, I hope doesn't happen, but, Oh, man. So Tim Boldman, good to see you, says old guy without CB handle waves his hand. Good to see you, Tim Boldman. Yes, everybody's got their handle. Oh, dang. So, yes, we have to gang up on plot hole with Tull. So apparently, it doesn't say it's Jethro Tull. The let me see, the music I chose, Adriel Fair is the name. It might be Tull inspired, kind of like that, but Adriel Fair is who composed that, and then I bought that music from them, so I can use it. Whenever I want. Just call me Abby. Says, Godless, what about a goddess? Any room for me? Oh, that's interesting. Godlessless channel. And I'm still working on for those who are members of the channel. I'm still working on doing because you can have like progressive badges that, like, in the different badges the longer you're a member. I'm still working on putting those together because I want them to be nice. I saw Sir Six members have a glass of whiskey that the longer you're a member, the higher it fills, and then it goes to like a flask, and it goes to a bottle, and like that, which is pretty. What I think is pretty awesome. So I've been inspired by that. I want to do something similar, so something cool, so something progressive that you guys can enjoy. I think that'll be really, really neat. Many Hangman says, to move the species forward, we must all be atheist humanists, which is a shame because it's never gonna happen. That is rough. Humanist, I think we could. Atheism, as long as there are questions that need answers or questions that we cannot answer, I think religion will always have a niche. It fills that gap. And human beings, until human beings can, lose ourselves of our tribalism and move forward and be okay with not knowing things until the evidence comes along, then yeah, it's going to be super problematic. So maybe not in my lifetime, maybe in the next lifetime, maybe in the next couple of generations, who knows? But we can always push forward. I can always put my little voice out there and try to do the best that I can. Sigma says, wow, my first was the 25th anniversary. Ooh, wow. Steel Monkey Tour was last. I think that they're talking about Jethro Tull. Oh, see, just call me Abby says, slowing global warming by planting more trees, industrial planting initiative, IPI. So the world will become more green from space. Air pollution will drop. New energy will come into place. Fusion. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we need to get done. We need to get down on big time. UKPI says, did Noah include termites in the ark? Well, if he did, then obviously God made that ark termite proof. But we'll never know because the one they found in Turkey was made of rock, unfortunately. Oh, see, Singapore says, Avi, it's been the law here in New York to plant 2 trees for every 1 cut down. Ooh, I like that. That's nice. See, it's little progressive steps like that. I know that ever since the IBCC report came out, that things have been grim. That it in essence read like a death sentence. That we'd screwed ourselves. We'd fucked off. We'd fucked off the environment. We'd fucked off the planet, and that was going to be our ass. It's a very grim read once you get through it. And I suggest the Cliff Notes because the Cliff Notes are not as grim, but it was not a pleasant read because in essence it's kind of like, yeah, we're past it. We're past the tipping point. It's nothing but a vicious cycle is basically what they're saying. It's just a vicious cycle or a negative feedback loop that's just gonna, it's just gonna eventually, it's maybe a dystopian future we may have a shot at, but there's no telling. Skeptic Dang said, jail, did it hurt when you bench 2 whole ass wargs off your chest at Pelennor Fields? Fucking A. It was really the lats. I don't get a lot of lat workout, so it's but it's kind of like, oh, I got to get the whole back in there, and those lats just weren't ready for that. Let's see. Just call me. Abby says we'll just have to adapt. We may just have to adapt. Who knows what will be left? This will definitely be. This is one thing it's kind of a bummer. Because I don't accept any notion of an afterlife, of heaven, or anything of that nature. So there will be aspects of there will be the future of humanity that I will not see because I'll be dead, and I would like to be able to see that. So it's kind of a bummer knowing that I won't be able to see what happens, and the evolutionary pressures that the future holds at 100, 200, 500, 1,000 years in the future. The evolutionary pressures that human beings will be subjected to. I'm very curious as to what will churn out in the end. If humans have to move underground, or if humans have to move into the sky or into space, mass evacuation into space, a la Wall-E. I'm very curious as to what it would start to look like, what human evolution, what turns it would take. Just like living on the moon or living on Mars or some other planet, or Titan or Europa. These are evolutionary pressures. I'm curious as to what it would do to us. What genes would make it through? I'm very, very curious. Let's see. But then again, this whole climate change, the whole global warming thing may be the great filter that does away with us. So who knows? I guess future generations will find out. Let's see what's going on. Cygnus says, I am shopping for a home gym right now. The gyms here suck, and I really need to get back in shape. You have a wide selection out there. There's a cool new one that is like a home gym that attaches to the wall. If I remember correctly, it's it's almost like a flat panel that has everything attached into it, and it's a it's resistance training. That might be something I could do, but I think it might be expensive. That, or I've heard good things about the Peloton system, but that's really expensive. That's stupid expensive. The machinery is expensive, and then the subscription to get the classes so you can interface with the actual instructors and everything, that's stupid expensive as well. But I've heard good things about it. That's really solid. So it depends on how much you're willing to spend. And Anna says, we will fuck up the other planets in no time if we manage to get there. Probably. Let me see. Dang, everybody chatting. Let me see about this. Many Hangman says, I've heard that the Quran has science in it and has scientific stuff in it, but I also hear that the Quran is backed by science, and I don't know what the truth is. Many Hangman. There are scientific claims in the Quran, the same as there are scientific claims in the Bible. Just the same as there are scientific claims in pretty much any religious text. The reason there are scientific claims are claims about the world in and of itself, where we could technically say it's science because it's not referencing anything supernatural. That's essentially what we're talking about, scientific claims in these books, where it talks about what pi is equal to. Like Bible thinks that pi is equal to 3, because their measure was off. They weren't able to measure pi correctly. And then there's a bunch of other stuff. But if it doesn't reference something supernatural, then it can be said it's a scientific claim about reality. But the problem is they had a very limited understanding of reality because they don't have the technology that we have. Obviously, they didn't have the technology that we had 100, 200, 300 years ago. And without that technology, and the limited scope of where they lived, there was some very, very bad assumptions made about the world. And so mostly what they're making, what they talk about, especially in the Quran, is what something is allegorical to, or what it looks like to something else. So they would look at something and say, oh, this is similar to this. And just like if a pregnant woman died, they cut open the pregnant woman, they'd look at the fetus and they'd say, oh, there's a fetus, but it's small. It's like a small human. So it must have been growing, because we see pregnant women, the stomachs, their abdomens are growing. So it must have been small. So it must have come from a seed, just like a seed bears a tree. So it's not that they knew about how sperm egg fertilization works and how that happens. They made allegorical jumps. They basically, it was all allegory to them. This looks like this, so therefore it must be like this. And that's why if you look at it from the context of the time period, what they had to work with, and the limited technology they had, and the limited understanding they had, you can see how they can make these very ignorant leaps. Whereas now we just no, they didn't know these things because they didn't have the information or technology that we have today. But what they could do is they could cut open human beings, or they could, take things apart, put them together, and make comparisons. And that's why there's some similar there, they understood there's something. They asked the same question in the Bible, so why is there something rather than nothing? And the explanation is that there was something that it came from something that is so expansive and so big, and most likely there's a hypothesis that there were people in the Middle East that witnessed the last supernova that was visible in the sky over Earth. And that supernova, the remnants of that supernova were visible for months after the fact, day and night. And so this explosion inspired a great many stories. And then those got passed down. And then the idea that if things can explode and things can come from them, then quite possibly all of this may have come from that, which were the analogous representation of like what they call the Big Bang. They're not referencing the Big Bang. They're not referencing Big Bang cosmology. It just seems like that because they're talking about it from an explosion. So it's little allegorical leaps like that. So yeah. Cygnus TSB says, I'm happy to get another 30 years. Then I think I'm done and will be satisfied with tech by then. I hope for a future of transhumanism. I actually do, where human beings are able to transcend their physical bodies and go, where we blend technology. That's kind of the future that I see us going in. And actually, I think that would be really, really cool. I think that would be something neat. Just Call Me Evan says, I look to like 50 years in the future, making content around that is what I'm working on right now. Excellent. Good. I can't wait to see that. We don't go extinct, set our differences, work together as a spacefaring race. Star Trek all the way. Agreed. Second series is brand name jail. Price isn't an issue. You see. I see Tina Jones is in the chat. Good to see you, Tina Jones. Says Peekaboo. Good to see you. So glad to have you here. Big, huge supporter of Week in Horror, of my podcast, Week in Horror, and all of us over there. She's an amazing, amazing supporter. Been around, I think, since the beginning. So good to see you. And Mr. Andrat's in the house. Is it really fine, though? Yes, referring to my thumbnail, most likely. It's probably not. I try to tell myself, things are okay and things are going to be fine, at least in my lifetime. But, it's one of those things I don't have to worry. I don't have a ton of worry about because I'm not going to have kids. And because I'm not going to have kids, I'm not leaving this future. I'm not leaving this planet to anybody. So I think about it sometimes, what I'll miss. I think about sometimes, the people that will be going into the future, the hard times they're going to have. Maybe I'll try to do whatever I can now to try to help. But, it takes a lot of us. Hey, Surf, good to see you. And one of our supporters one of our patrons over at Week in Horror. Good to see you. And Skeptic Dank says, would you become a head in a jar on a robot body? No, I actually wouldn't do that. But I would download my consciousness if it could be done, like a la Juniper Hills in Black Mirror. I definitely would do that. That would be cool as shit. I would download my consciousness because this physical world is one thing, but a digital world in which I can download my consciousness to, that would be cool as hell. I would dig that. And Signacy says, I have no problem becoming a Picard android as long as there's an off button. Really don't want to live forever. Yeah, the idea of living forever is not appealing to me. The idea of eternity, especially when you talk about things that are like atemporal, yeah, that is not appealing at all. That actually kind of like it skeeves me out. It's just like, why? I mean, it's at a certain point, there's only so much you can see, and you eventually will see everything, and it's kind of like, yeah, it's just boredom. All I see is like fucking boredom, which is why the concept of heaven bothers me so much, because when you think about it in that respect, we value things because of like here on Earth, like us human beings. Part of the reason why we value things is the progression of time. Is those temporal events help us to gauge the personal value that we put onto things, the distance from things, sentimental value, the bonding of things over time, like bonding value, monetary value, and any stuff like that. I can tell you that like this phone, I've had this phone for like 2 years, and I am more this Spawn action figure autographed by Todd McFarlane is more value to me than that phone is. And that's just, that's completely arbitrary. But it's the time, it's the effort, it's the energy, it's the sentimentality, it's all these arbitrary values that go into it. If there's no time and it's all eternal and you're just going on forever, in order to make that so I wouldn't be like just, oh, this is agony, this is hell going through this for all eternity, in order to make that, then I would have to not be me. Then some aspect of myself would have to be removed for me to persist in heaven and be happy. So that I would literally have to be dumbed down or I wouldn't be human anymore. And if I'm not human in order to subsist in heaven, then what the fuck do I care? I don't give a shit. It's not me. The continuation of me, whenever I die, say I die at 80 years old, the 80-year-old me does not continue. It's just not me anymore. I've been stripped away in order to be some heavenly creature. I don't care about that because it's not me. I'd rather experience my life down here on earth with the values that I have and then just go blink. I mean, so if it was a choice between non-existence and heaven, I would choose non-existence. Absolutely, because I would never want to give up me as to who I am, that which defines me. And I would hope none of you would ever give up anything that makes you, you, because each and every single one of you is absolutely fucking amazing. And nothing can change that. So that's just my humble opinion. Let me see. Cygnus TSP said, "Oh, thank you, Tina Jones, for the Week in Horror shout out. Do appreciate that. I hope more people come along because if we could get that channel monetized, that'd be badass. I don't see it ever. I don't see it happening anytime soon. We're really salty over there on the podcast, and it's a long place. It's long form. It's like an hour 45 to 2 hours long, and it's once a week. And I don't know. We have the watch hours. We got the watch hours taken care of, but the subscribers, I don't know if we'll ever hit. I think we're like 440. I think we're 440. So I don't know if we'll ever hit the subscriber count on that, but it's a blast doing it. I love talking to everybody. We love doing Week in Horror. It's fucking amazing. Let me see. Skeptic Dank says, wouldn't a download be more like a copy rather than your actual original consciousness? Would I know? I mean, would I be able to tell the difference? Because if it just copies my consciousness and my consciousness is fully copied and we're good to go and they can do it seamlessly with no data loss, then I'm good because I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Manny Hangman said, Alpha K91 says, I'm pro upload as well. Absolutely. I just dig the idea. Let's say, and then I could have and kind of like end of life where I could spend so much time within this digital realm until eventually I decide, you know what? I don't want to anymore. And then I could, the people that you could be there with other people and experience life. That would be fucking amazing. That would be absolutely just intense. Many Hangman says, thoughts on freezing the human body in a cryo-like state on people who are dying from an illness or about to die and reanimating the person when a cure is found, cyborg body for people about to die. I think it's cool. I think it could be done if we could figure out the reanimation process, because part of the cryo process is that your cells freeze. And then when you go to warm back up, when you go to thaw somebody out, the ice crystals within their cells start ripping their cells apart. So if we could figure that part out without like nuking the cell completely and cooking the human being alive, that'd be pretty impressive. I would think that'd be a good way to handle it. Many Hangman says, I can't be convinced of pro upload because in the end you're turning your consciousness into lines of code. Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. It would still be you. You would still be perceiving reality as you perceive reality. So there literally would be no doubt. It would be like you went to sleep and then you woke up and things were different. Maybe even if you retain all your memory, you went to sleep as an old person and woke up as a young person again. There you go. Let me see. Mr. Andrat says, I see Musk's vision of getting to Mars as less man, becoming multi-planet, and more of a lifeboat. Possible. It could be a lifeboat. It is possible. Cygnus says, as a Jehovah's Witness, I used to believe we would live forever as flesh and blood humans, basically living the exact same way, building bridges and petting lions. Oh, those J-dubs. Fish like a girl. Good to see you. I'm glad you popped over and checked this out from the other stream. So glad to have you. I saw that you subscribed. I really appreciate it. Says the movie Brainstorm. That was some good mind trips. Oh, yes. Yes. Very good stuff. Oh, man. I'm getting behind in the chat. I'm trying to read everybody so everybody gets our opportunity. Alpha Canoa says, then you just jump into the torrent and digitize yourself. Why are you downloading me? Why are you pirating me? Ooh, pirated human beings. And then you could put their like consciousness like into games and shit and make duplicate. Oh, that'd be wild. That'd be insane. And Annie says, I like a clone 25-year-old version of me. Oh, very similar. You say like a clone, similar to the Simon Pegg, Nick Frost film, at End of the World, or at World's End, or the World's End. At the World's End, and how they were like, we could remake you at any age you want. It's and it's technically they're like robots, or they're what are they called, blanks. But you could do if you could clone yourself at that age, and just be remade. That'd be pretty neat. Mr. Andrews says 30 plus of us and one of you, JL. Yes, there is only one of me. Only one of me. But 31 of you, which is fucking amazing. That's cool. That's big numbers for me. That's high praise. That really is. Skeptic Dank, I have not seen Free Guy yet. I do want to see it. I want to see it with my wife. I like her to see it because she's a big Ryan Reynolds fan. She loved Deadpool, and she wants to see this one. I want to watch it without her. So just call me. Abby says future work, astroneering, Earth orbit, Moon, Mars, or Europa. I know Peachy Tony would pick Europa. Reminds him of home. Very true. Titan would be pretty cool as well. And if you haven't checked out it got some mixed reviews, but the Netflix film The Titan is actually pretty cool. It has Sam Worthington from Avatar and Terminator Salvation, and he basically the Earth is dying, and they need to come up with a way to get off the planet. So they basically go through a process of hyper evolving a select group of human beings to become Titans, and they will become the first living organisms or the first, I guess, human hybrids or whatever to live on Titan, to be able to breathe its atmosphere, deal with its gravity, and subsist. So that would be really interesting. JL Warren says, you got a spider above your head. A spider? He knew I was going to look. Don't say I made you look. Don't say I made you look. Let's just back there on the wall. Huh? You got a spider. Is he fucking with me? I think he's fucking with me. I've had spiders in the office. I killed one last night. I'm not sure it was a brown recluse. I'm not taking any chances. I just killed it. I just straight. Oh, shut up. Shut up, plot hole. Nah. Astro, good to see you. It came in just for that moment right there. Manny Hangman says, well, uploading someone could be very dangerous, as if an AI is conscious, it would be able to learn everything on all the internet, learn how to destroy all humanity, cure all diseases, turn all atheists. True. I'm very curious. That's an interesting thought experiment as well, is Roku's Basilisk. So I'm very curious about that one. The idea that in the future, a malevolent AI could come into power that could then learn everything on the internet, learn everything about ourselves, and then retroactively punish all the human beings that did not support its coming into existence. So an interesting thought experiment. Like, what would we do in that scenario? Very curious. No, I am not a gullible. I'm a gullacaf. Well, last I checked, the spiders I found in my office were all brown recluses. And while brown recluses, they're toxic, they're not super, super dangerous, but I have dogs. And so if I find them, I will kill them. So if they're in my office, I'll just take them out. If they're non-venomous, we have a lot of rabid wolf spiders around here, which are like wolf spiders that get like that big. So we got a lot of those all over the place. And I found them in the house a number of times. I'll try to grab them up and take them outside and let them do the stuff out there. But brown recluses, unfortunately, they got to go. If I see them, they got to go. And we got a lot of jumping spiders, but jumping spiders are cool and they're usually really cute. So I used to try to keep them around. JL says, Plato says, JL, can you do a backflip, please? No, but I can do a barrel roll. How's that? Become digital, get hacked. This is true, Mr. Andrat. This is true. This is the worry. Plothole says, big one in your Discord. Okay, since I've caught up in the chat, and I see that Otangelo is here. So everyone say hi to Otangelo. Otangelo is in the house. So you know the emoji to use. So fire up that emoji. I'm going to take a look at what Johnny just sent me. He sent me something. Let me see. Oh, I see that Brandy Beaver also sent me something, but I'm already in the live stream at the moment. So let me see here. Hate to bust into your stream. I thought you want to hear this. Oh, that spider is awesome. I can't remember that spider's name. That jumping spider is so cute. I love that series. The little jumping spider sounds like a little kid. It's voiced by a little kid. I love that. It's so absolutely cute. But I don't know if I can read that out. That's not, well, maybe I could. Can I read that out, Johnny? Oh, tell me if I can read that out. I'm very curious. No, don't read that out. No, okay, I won't read that out. But I did see the spider, and it's a very cute Lucas the jumping this. Lucas the spider. Lucas the spider is the gift that you sent me, and Lucas the spider is absolutely adorable. Love that series. I think he's about to get a season 3. So very cool stuff. Little mini web series where is on YouTube. You can find them on YouTube. Just look up Lucas the spider. UKPS is spiders come back home within a 5-mile radius. Yeah, that's why I try to keep them out. And the best way to keep them out that I found is we use white vinegar and peppermint, and just basically hit the inside borders of the house, the inside perimeter of the house, along the walls and along the doors. You basically once a week take a white vinegar and peppermint extract mix. Put those together. It's like 2 to 1 peppermint to white vinegar, and they cannot stand the smell. Like the spiders will literally they'll walk up to it and they'll hightail it the other way. And it's a good organic way. It doesn't hurt anybody. It's non-toxic. You just spray those pretty much around the entire perimeter of your house on the inside, and unless they're coming from like inside the attic or up from underneath the floors, but from the outside they will not come into the house. So it's a really good non-lethal way to keep them outside. And you're very welcome. I do my best stuff with the barrel rolls. I'm going to find a way to do that, actually do that without having to like turn the camera myself. I think that would be cool. Do a barrel roll. Whoa. So I'll be like Lucas. So I'll be like Google. Let me see. So I see it's going. Yep, there it goes. Yep. Tangela's on it already. God did it is a fully intellectually satisfying metaphysical explanation of reality. No, it is not. God has no explanatory power. God did it is not an explanation. That is a tautology that suffices for you, which doesn't suffice for us and doesn't suffice for science. So no, God did it is not an explanation. You want to go anywhere with that? You got to say how God did it. That's the big question. If you want to say God did it, their question then becomes, how did God do it? What was the mechanism by which God did it? Because then you just say God did it because God did it. That's circular. And you're done. So it has no mechanistic explanation as to how God created anything. So I'm sorry. Doesn't work, dude. Robert Caslow says, fool, Yog-Sothoth is the one true God. Yes. Oh, do you guys want some Lovecraftian emojis? Do you want Lovecraft emojis? Like Cthulhu, Yog-Sothoth, Azathoth, Shub-Niggurath. Do you guys want that one? Do you if you want Lovecraft emojis like Cthulhuonic emojis, like a Miskatonic University logo, like the Miskatonic M. If you want like those emojis, let me know. Just just send it up in the chat. I can make those too. As soon as we get more members, I can unlock those and I can make cool Lovecraftian monster emojis. I think that would be fucking cool. Zachary Cooper, good to see you. Says, I bow only to Crom. Alpha Cannon 1 says, yes. We know you. Oh, yeah. Charlie Welch says, we know you want Lovecraft emojis, so do it. Well, I don't want to make emojis that people don't want. I'll make them because they're cool, but I want to make sure that you guys like them too. So, just says, yes, please. It'd be good to see the family again. Oh, yes. Cthulhu's spanking. Geez, Cthulhu would spank the fuck out of Christ. Absolutely. Cthulhu's no joke. It's like, peace and love, turn the other cheek. It's like, take my insanity damage over time. Roll it negs, motherfucker. Robert Caslow says, what's up, my Globetards and Heretics? Yes. And don't forget, Globetards and Heretics. Heretics, you're all welcome to join the Godless Army. Memberships are now available on my channel for, I said it at 99 cents. So you are welcome to join the Godless Army and get access to all of the cool emojis that I made. And hopefully in the future, I will make more. And I think it will be cool as shit, especially if I'm going to be doing Lovecraftian emojis. I think it will be neat. And I see that. Oh, no, there it is. Oh, Manny Hangman. Thank you. JL is the one true God with that beard. Get real. Shh. Don't tell anyone. I'm sitting here like if I was really God and I'm preaching against myself. I'm like, I don't exist. Zachariah Hoover's a young earth creationist. Trees are a thing, therefore God. Yes, look at the trees. Look at the trees. And Surf says, is that really Otangelo? Those arguments are too ridiculous. Yes, that really is Otangelo because he was blocked on all of his other accounts from my channel by my mods, he was shut down for making some really abominable comments regarding, World War II and some other stuff. And if he does it again, my mods will, and then of course he'll make another alt and he'll show up under that alt. So we will shut him down as it warrants being shut down, is what it comes down to, because I trust my mods. My mods will rock that shit. They'll shut that shit down like Negan. And UKPI is a new member. Welcome to the Godless Army, UKPI. So glad to have you. Oh, just call me Abby. You really? I mean, you're gonna make me fall hard. Haster, the king in yellow. Not only a very cool reference, in that they use that Richard Chambers works in True Detective, which I thought was cool as shit. But, and I'm actually quite proud of this, the horror novella that I wrote, that it was like the first creative thing I did in almost 7 years, because my job was just taking a clue out of me. I had no opportunity to do anything creative. I was just, I was making money. It was great, but I couldn't spend it. I mean, I spent it on a few things, but I couldn't do anything fun or creative. I couldn't get that out of myself. So the first thing I did when I left my job was I wrote my horror novella, which was Lovecraftian inspired. And there is a story in there called The Tragedy of Johnny Blankenship. I think it's number 3 in my short story in that collection, that is centered on Haster, which I think is it's the one I'm most proud of in that whole collection. Is the one that I really, really love. So if anybody ever gets to read that, if I ever publish that thing, then I hope that you guys will dig that too. But hopefully eventually, if I can get the opportunity to I need an editor to really look at it and tell me what works, what doesn't. I've had a number of people read it and they said it's really, really solid. I've made changes. I've been through a couple of rewrites, but I'd really like to publish it. It's just that's a big step that I don't know if I'm ready for, or I don't really know much about. Like publishing a book, I have no fucking clue. But I do have a novella called The Beach Bait Chronicles that I have copywritten. It's all set. It's all ready to go. And it's been through several rewrites. I think it's finalized. It just needs to be printed and put out there. So, maybe one day I'll do that. Alpha K91 says, even the giant spaghetti monster could smother Jeebus with his noodly goodness. Yes, he could. And for all the members, there is a flying spaghetti monster emoji. You can flood the flying spaghetti. The flying spaghetti monster can find Otangelo and whip him out with its noodly appendage. So Tuka, I keep calling him Tukas, but it's not. It's like buttberry is basically what he's saying. Acai is a berry, and Tukas is butt. So it's basically buttberry. If you deny God, then you have to be friend with chance. Lucky accidents explaining reality. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that statement. There's nothing logically inconsistent about that. It doesn't matter what the odds were that it could have happened. What matters is that it did happen. It doesn't matter if it's 1,000,000 to 1 or 1,000,000,000 to 1 or 1,000,000,000 to 1 or 10 to the whatever power to 1. It doesn't matter. What matters is in an infinite timeline, all things are possible because the dice keep rolling. And eventually, if that is the case, they rolled and we got Yahtzee and here we are. So there's nothing logically inconsistent about saying lucky accidents explaining reality. In fact, lucky accidents explaining reality is what pretty much we observe. We don't observe agential creation anywhere. We don't observe that. What we observe are systems building on top of one another through natural processes and evolution. So, explaining information that we can observe being required for fine-tuning the force of an atom to life. We understand it. This is something we understand and have explained. Where atoms came from. We understand abiogenesis. Abiogenesis is a solved science. If you watch my last video, which apparently you did, but all you had was shit to talk when you watched my last video, Otangelo, all you did was talk smack and copy pasta shit. So I don't even think you were listening. Okay, because in that video and in the description, I gave you all the resources that you need to go and look this stuff up. But you didn't look because you don't want to do the work. And when you don't do the work, you run aground people like this in the live chat who will leave you crying. That's just the way it is. President Starscream says, remove God. What are you left with? Primus, creator of Lord Starscream, and therefore the only God that matters. Yes. Regular people work. Solid stone. Damn right, Chris Durham. Damn right. There they go. Flying spaghetti monsters. But it just called me happy. Basic trigonometry in the house. Sexiest name on the internet. Says, well, the birds then. What birds? Any birds. Why? Well, have they got jobs? What's the matter with him? He says, the birds are scrounging. Just call me. He says, damn, I really want spaghetti now. That just actually, no, now that I'm thinking about it, because I just got done. I went out to eat at the latest, at this kind of, nice little restaurant that Angela and I are checking out. We're kind of like new to town, being new to town. We're kind of figuring out where all the good places to eat are. Luckily, we haven't run into any places that are bad. Because sometimes, some of these places be like, ugh. But we found a pretty decent little, say it's a burger, steak joint, make a pretty decent medium rare burger. Had this nice, what was it? A wild berry. It was like a wild berry bourbon aioli sauce on it, which was pretty damn solid. It's pretty good. And their firecracker shrimp were to die for. Robert Caslow says, does Kyle Butts like butt play with twins? Ooh, I don't know. Quite possibly. Skeptic Dang says, your odds are minuscule of winning the lottery, but someone still wins the damn lottery. This is true. I mean, come on. I mean, it's billions to one. I mean, or tens of millions to one, and someone still does it. Okay? And it happens all the fucking time. So, yeah, in an infinite timeline, everybody gets to win the lottery if everybody keeps playing, because the odds will eventually land on everybody because it's infinite. It just means that the dice keep rolling, which means eventually the dice will come up Yahtzee. In fact, the odds of Yahtzee aren't even really that big once you factor into all the games played and all the times the dice are rolled. So he says it happened because God did it. Yeah, that's bullshit. I'm sorry. We're going to throw that out there. Yeah, that's just bullshit. It's totally random, ass face. Deal with it, Tukas. Thank you, Alpha K91. It is pretty. It's random. It's what we see. It's what we observe. Plato says, you had me to. Who said mayonnaise? That's the evil word. Johnny does not like mayonnaise. Mayonnaise. And yes, unfortunately, Otangelo, abiogenesis is a solved science. The fact that you are not up to date on that science, like Professor Dave says, is not my problem. It's not any of our problem that you're not up to date on the progress that's been made in this field. You refuse to read anything. But I think the latest thing you quoted was from the 90s. And this is 2021. 21 years of work has been done, even more. 21 plus years of work has been done in this field. You're still quoting shit from the 80s and the 90s, man. Get over yourself. You want to quote, you quote shit from Mary Schreiber. And you misquote her. Not to mention you quoted shit that PhD Tony called you out on, and when he looked at the actual quote, he trapped you in that, and then you just ran away because you had nothing. And everybody, I think, how is it? Everybody in this chat, I think, was pretty much there when you did it, Otangelo. You cited a quote, and then PhD Tony looked up the real quote and said, no, this references, at least 200,000 years, which refutes your young Earth creationist position. And then you just ran off. You didn't address it. You didn't correct it. You just jumped to the next thing, which I think was fucking, I don't know, it may have been God did it again. I'm not 100% sure. Or you jumped to the Shroud of Turin. You jumped from that to the Shroud of Turin. Sorry, dude. Benny Hill theme. Yakety sax. Yes, Alpha Canada 1. Yes, he is a liar because he has been properly informed and he still can't tell the truth. Yep. Let me see. Scientists have calculated the chance of something so patently absurd actually existing are millions to one. Magicians have calculated that 1,000,000 to 1 chances crop up 9 times out of 10. Somebody says, I love how the Bible says God takes care of the sparrows when they have a 20% chance of reaching adulthood. And Tim Boldman says probability distributions are not random chance. And I wish that we had solid, I think it was PhD Tony who pretty much stated that we do not have sufficient probability distributions in order to figure out the odds of anything because we have a sample size of 1. So we don't know the odds. All these giant fucking numbers that all of these giant fucking numbers that Otangelo pulls out of his ass, he's just misrepresenting actual science that's being done out there. But we actually don't know these probability functions because we have a sample size of 1. And we have no concept of world building outside of the world that we currently live on. So we can't even build worlds ourselves. So we have no concept of what is not world building. So we can't say that this was all built by God because we have no concept of what is not built by God. So therefore, it doesn't play out. It's logically inconsistent to say that everything is evidence for God. Because if everything is evidence for God, then nothing is evidence for God. Because there's no way to tell the difference. There's no distinction. It's logically inconsistent, or logically contradictory. It violates the law of identity. Sorry. Let me see. Manny Hangman says, you guys have problems. I don't know if that's in response to, I think Manny Hangman, is that in response to the mayo hatred? Because there's a lot of mayo hatred. There is some big time mayo. I actually happen to like mayo. I like mayo with a little bit of olive oil in it. I think it's absolutely delicious. That's just me. I like it, like olive oil mayo with some Himalayan pink Himalayan salt, and turkey is what like my favorite sandwich of like all time. It's very close second is peanut butter. Is a peanut butter and jelly, peanut butter and grape jelly with a Diet Coke. Is because I grew up eating it, so it just brings back memories. But man, I love me some olive oil mayo. And hey, Thor Rasmussen, good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you. And a member of the Godless Army. Thank you, Thor. It's good to see you. It says, now you're just in time. We've only been up here about 48 minutes, so all is good. And Ochan says, without a creator, there'd be no universe whatsoever. You can't support that. That's a presuppositional claim. You presuppose God. Why is there something rather than nothing? And the answer is, we don't know. All we know is this is what it is. But we don't have an answer to that. You presuppose the answer is God. Or it's either you presuppose it, you're begging the question, or you just insert it because we don't currently know the answer. And so you insert it in as a God of the gaps. So it's either God of the gaps or you're begging the question. Choose your fallacy. Yes, cry, Otangelo. Cry, Otangelo. Oh, I love that emoji. I'm so glad I came up with that emoji. It makes me happy. Custard applesauce sandwich. Applesauce sandwiches. Just call me happy. Custard applesauce sandwiches. Interesting. Robert Caslow says mayo goes great with fries. It sounds like something. Yeah, it's like a Pulp Fiction reference. So like they do that in Holland. You know, they put mayonnaise all over them. Old School says Diet Coke is a perverted reality of a true soda. Old School, you're the legend. It's true. It's a perverted reality. I just can't drink like legit sugar drinks anymore. I'm completely off them. If I drink them, it kicks me in the back of the teeth. It's just like I can't do it. Like real sugar drinks, I can't drink them. So it's I think the most I get is the gram sugar in this Monster. It's like the most that I get. Otherwise, it's Diet Coke or it's water or coffee, a little wine every once in a while. Just call me Avi says, I can hear you. Says plot hole. I can hear your voice in my head when you write blah. Blah. He says the universe had a beginning, therefore a cause. Where is the presupposition? You assume that there was a cause. And also, yeah, okay. So the observable universe had a beginning. Okay, the expansion of that from that point, we could say it is from beyond the Planck epoch. We could say yes. Maybe it had a beginning, but there is a point in time that we are empirically separated from and we can make no measurements or observations about. We have no information. You are asserting God in that gap. So it's either you're presupposing that God exists and therefore saying God created the universe, or you're looking at the observable universe and you're tracing it back via Big Bang cosmology. You're realizing we get to a stopping point because we can't measure any further. And then because we don't know, you put God. So it's either God of the gaps, or you're begging the question. Choose your fallacy. I feel like fucking Jigsaw over here. Choose your fallacy. Ooh, Surf says sriracha mayo. Fucking A. Good stuff. Good stuff. Robert Caslow. Heathen. I am a heathen. I am an absolute heathen. You know what I miss? So it's because Jess called me Abby said Pepsi Max Cherry. Crystal Pepsi. I miss Crystal Pepsi. Good stuff. Crystal Pepsi was great. It's the only Pepsi I really ever liked when I was a kid. So, yeah, good stuff. Rodent No Last Name is in the house. Good to see you. Says, sorry I'm late. Just got out of Shang-Chi and turned my phone off. I've heard mixed things about Shang-Chi. Either you love it or you hate it. I don't know which one. I haven't seen it myself yet, but I've heard mixed things. Otangelo says, if we imagine that a soccer game would occur an infinite period of time from now, then that game would never actualize because no matter what. What? If we imagine that a soccer game would occur at an infinite period of time from now, then that game would never actualize because no matter how many years from now, it would always be an infinite period of time ahead. Well, if you're talking like, it sounds to me you worded that wrong. You're trying to basically cite the Grim Reaper paradox. And the Grim Reaper paradox is essentially the infinite regress of Reapers to the end, so that the Reapers never arrive. And the problem is that with the way you word it, if we imagine that a soccer game would occur at an infinite, you're saying that it would occur an infinite period of time. Okay, I see what you're saying. The English was off. Okay, yes, of course. If you imagine that a soccer game would appear at an infinite amount of time away from us, then yes, then of course it will never actualize because it's an infinite. You'll never reach. Effectively, it's an infinite amount of time away from now. That says nothing about the universe because the universe is here. It's a bad analogy. So that argument you made right there is irrelevant to the current state of affairs. Robert Caslow says, the laser penguins guarding the ice wall wrote the Bible, therefore they made God. That's actually more plausible, and I think more logically consistent. Let's see, Nuka-Cola Quantum. Pepsi Blue. Oh, yes, sir. Pepsi Blue was good. But yeah, Crystal Pepsi. Crystal Pepsi was awesome. Oh, Tangelo. One cannot get a foothold in an infinite temporal series to even get started. For to get to any point, one already has to have crossed infinity. Yes, you're basically referencing Zeno's paradox. Okay, it's like Zeno's paradox. The arrow has to get from point A to point B, but before the arrow can get to point A to point B, it has to cross an infinite number of half distances, because you can keep dividing the distance in half that it has to cross. So effectively, it has to cross an infinite number of half distances before it reaches B, but it still reaches B. Stop trying to make this illusion. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay? This is the problem. You are stuck in one mode of thinking, and you don't get the other side of it. All right? The point is, this observable universe came from an expansion event like 13 point some odd billion years ago. That's it. Okay? So whether the universe is cyclical, whether the death of the previous begets the next, whether a God created it, doesn't matter. You actually have this problem because if God existed eternally, then God existed eternally until the point that he decided arbitrarily to create us. So you're actually running into your own into the problem that you're citing that doesn't exist for atheists. Okay? It comes to a point. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the odds are. What matters is the universe happened. That's it. Now I'm gonna be like Tony, and I'm gonna start fucking yelling at him. Oh, damn. Plato says, so should I stop and have a steak dinner tonight? Yes, you should have a steak dinner. Have a steak dinner, because I didn't have a steak dinner tonight. You should have a steak dinner in solidarity with me. Alf Cannon once said he doesn't know what paradox he is quoting. He doesn't listen when you try to enlighten him. Why do you? It's a good question, Alpha. It's a damn fucking good question. I don't know why I bother. I really don't. Because it's arguably it's inane bullshit. He knows it's inane bullshit, and he's just quoting in order to fucking control the chat. So keep an eye on him. If he says something egregious, then we'll just boot his ass. Thor Rasmussen for 50 DKK, 50 Donkey Kong dollars. Thank you so much. Says, when people order a Monster in the bar, the bartender always calls on me. My nickname is Monster. Very cool. Awesome. Thank you so much for the super chat, Thor Rasmussen. Really do appreciate it. Rodno says, endless love is Helen Keller and Ray Charles playing tennis. That's funny. That's great. Let's see. Colin, good to see you. Says, wait till they discover the Planck distance. They will never get past it. Let's see. President Starscream says, I just Googled laser penguins. Was not disappointed. I highly recommend it. I have not Googled them. So let's Google it. Fuck it. Let's Google laser penguins. Laser penguins. I am not disappointed. Oh, these are great. I like it. Oh, yeah, that is a penguin killing a polar bear with lasers. I like that. Laser penguins. Oh, I dig it. Oh, that's an angry penguin destroying shit with lasers, destroying a city with lasers and firing lasers. Pew pew. I like it. I like it a lot. I was not disappointed. Check out Google images laser penguins. You will not be disappointed. All right. Tim Boldman says people that use our shared empirical reality not the same are amusing to us all. They are. They really, really are. Just call me out. It says Hellman's has released garlic mayo. It's not too bad with fish fingers. Interesting. Interesting. Daryl M says Happy Father's Day. A little late. I thought it was back in June, isn't it? Yeah. I know Mother's Day. Well, no. Mother's Day is in August. Man, I'm a bad son. Well, to be fair, I mean, I haven't had to think about it much because pretty much all my interactions are on social media, and I haven't talked to my mom in quite some time. So it kind of slipped my mind. I think it's when is Mother's Day? I ought to look that up. When the fuck is it? Mother's Day? When is it? May. Shit, man, I was Samsonite. I was way off. Mother's Day is in May. Father's Day is in Australia today. Very cool. Well, now I have knowledge because I know that Father's Day is in June here in the States. And I know that because my birthday's in June and the two events are separate or closely tied because of the death of my father. Like I said, my mom and I have not really spoken in quite some time due to some personal stuff between her and I. And Mother's Day, I totally spaced it. It is in May. So now I will not forget I will keep that fresh that Mother's Day is in May. So just call me Avi. You are a bottomless pit of idiocy, Otangelo. Yes, you are a bottomless pit of idiocy. And wrote it no last name says Laser Penguins is the name of my new rock opera concept album. I love it, and I will buy it in a heartbeat. Colin says, was just over on the shills. I'm well soaked in gin. No doubt. No doubt you are. Absolutely. Let's see. Robert goes, Australia doesn't exist. Earth is flat. Thank goodness that, and that's what's fucked up. Otangelo is a young Earth creationist, but not a flat earther. So he accepts the science and the evidence that backs the shape of the Earth, but not the age of the Earth. That means he's cherry picking his scripture and his science in order to fit his narrative, which is just dishonest AF. That's what it is. Charlie Witch's jail. Hope to get a good look at the stuff around your office there. I probably should do that. I wonder if there was a way I could switch to like a mobile screen. That would be kind of cool because I really can't take. I mean, if I got a wireless camera, that's a thought. I could get a wireless webcam, and that means I could pick it up and I could take you around and show you the stuff in my office. I could show you obviously all the stuff in the case, all the stuff in that case. And of course, all the stuff in that case, all the cool stuff there. And not to mention, what I'm really looking forward to is going to Texas Pride Mare weekend this upcoming weekend. And I will be coming back with shit tons of swag, all kinds of stuff. Dad, there's more. I'll be getting more autographs and, of course, more stuff all over the place. So, Pothole says, I can use my phone as a wireless webcam. Interesting. Or I could make a video with all the history. I could. I definitely could. I mean, I guess I could do could I do a short? No, because you guys want an actual video. I guess I could do a video from my phone. I don't think it would be super long. It'd probably be 10, 15 minutes. I think that's doable. Okay. I will look into it. I will try to not put it in flurf mode. I will not put it in flurf mode. I will put it in landscape, not in portrait. And I saw Tony. Was that Tony Regime or was that PhD? Tony Regime. Let's see. Silence, liar. People are grown-ups are talking. Thank you, Alpha. Alpha just laying smack down. May all of Otangelo's bacon burn. Oh, Inquisitor Bacon. Brutal. That's the curse. The bacon curse. Oh, hilarious. Who just said, what was it? How old is Earth? And Regime says about 6,500 years. But Otangelo, you presented evidence evidence regarding abiogenesis to Tony that said the Earth was 200,000 years old. So what happened there? So which model are you going with, 6,500 or 200,000? Because I'm curious. Because you already refuted yourself once before. I'm just curious if you're going to admit that you're refuting yourself now. That you've gone back, you're literally waffling in your position. 6,500 is 200,000. I don't know which one you're going with. And then I think you did something else and said it was 10,000 years old. So make up your fucking mind, dude. Let's see. Yes, Zachariah Hooper, yes. If there's no evidence of God, then claiming God did it because the Bible says so is circular. When you're not blatantly lying, Otangelo, use circular reasoning. He is begging the question. Absolutely begging the question. And Robert Caslow is correct. The Earth is 4.5 billion years old. Otangelo is lying. He is lying his ass off. He is a liar. He is violating one of the 10 commandments. Number 6, I think. No, that's murder. So hopefully he's not murdering people. Commandment 5, is it the 5th one? No, that's honoring father and mother. I know it's in there. That shall not bear false witness. Maybe it's 9. There it is. The 9th commandment. I didn't have it memorized. So either that or I'm tired. So the 9th commandment. He is violating the 9th commandment, which is thou shalt not bear false witness, which is what you're doing. Zachariah Hooper says, I would never wish bacon to burn ever. Yes. That is a curse that I wouldn't want on my worst enemies, but we'll definitely wish it on Otangelo. Says, just call me Abby. I have an alarm clock called Wakey Bakey. Cooks bacon in time for the alarm to wake up. That's badass. That's fucking cool. And Quizzer Bacon says there are some that deserve such a punishment. It's a grievous. It's grievous. It really is. Tony Regime says, so why have we found evidence of humans over 40,000 years ago? So why is there evidence of Aboriginal history going back 70,000 years, upwards of 70,000 years? Doesn't work, Otangelo. Oh, yep, he just copy pasted his cells are factories full of machines. There are no machines in cells. These are analogies that you're using to imply you're using them incorrectly. You're using analogous terminology to imply God, which is fucked up. Which I don't even know why you're doing that. That's beyond fucked up. Plotho says, you can't use God's laws to refute God. Paradox. Hey, Red Ink. Yes, Red Ink. Otangelo is in the house. He's going by the name Tukis Asai. Oh, and now it's because it's revealed in the Bible. So there you go. Bring it up to God. He revealed it in Genesis. No, he didn't. People wrote shit down that made it into the book of Genesis. God didn't reveal shit because none of that is revealed. It's written by human beings. There you go. Charlie Wolf says the 11th commandment: Otangelo should go find an echo chamber and leave us cool kids alone. Well, if Otangelo pushes his luck, he's gonna get his ass fucking booted out of the banned from this. He's gonna get this alt banned from my channel. So you piss the mods off. You piss the mods off. That's on you, Otangelo. Alpha K91, the Bible says don't eat pork, so I do this as often as possible. Just call me Abby. This month's purchase will be a hot dog toaster. Nothing to do with this conversation, but it is still very awesome. Hot dog toaster. Hot dog toaster. I can see this. Hot dog toaster. No shit. This is interesting. Okay, hang on a sec. Is this what you're talking about? Hot dog toaster? Because that thing looks cool as hell. That's kind of neat. I have to admit. Look at that. That's kind of impressive. I have to give that. That's kind of neat. Basic trigonometry says, let me recap your argument. Some biology, something, therefore God. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Mr. Blord says, may he only be able to smell burnt microwave popcorn. Oh, I've heard it's horrible. Okay, I've never smelled it myself. Don't have a sense of smell, but I have heard that it's horrible. Not that you would understand the foulness of this. Yes, is how are you sure it's 40,000 years? Evidence. Proteins are machines in a literal sense. No, they are not. They are not machines. Just call me is correct. The Bible was not written by God, written by humans. Just like the Quran was written by humans, just like the Bhagavad Gita was written by humans, just like all text is written by human beings. And Alf Canano says, why do we have cave paintings older than your historical lifespan? But how do you know that they're that old? Because we understand geology. We understand tectonic plate movement. We understand weathering. We understand the rock itself. It's called, there are fields of science around this. There's bodies of evidence to support this. Sorry. Man made God in his image, which is why God looks like man. Thank you, Robert Kaslow. Moscow, Kaslow. Yeah. Biological machines from mills to molecules. Yeah, that book is bullshit. I'm straight up calling it. I've looked through it. That book is bullshit. It's using analogous terms to push a specific narrative. That book is bullshit. Joe Warren, how long is a day to someone who is eternal, and how can we use our measure of time before our measure of time existed? Exactly. The same question. How does a thing that exists atemporally exist? How can a thing how long does a thing that exist if it exists for no time? When something is atemporal, without time, then how can we say that it existed for any length of time? Because it is without time. So technically, by that logic, it logically follows that it never existed. It doesn't exist because it exists for no time. Charlie Welch says, I rarely use my wrench, but I'm primed. Hell fucking yeah. Thank you, Zachariah Hooper. Proteins are only machines metaphorically. It's analogous. It's a metaphor. Metaphor. He doesn't get it. Either that or he's willfully ignorant. Redding says, Otangelo is fodder to use to show precept silliness. Agreed. Oh, I don't want to get struck for using the circus theme. Gotta jump forward, man. There's a bunch of stuff I'm missing. Let me see. Rise of chemistry. There's a place in my state that specializes in 3-foot hot dogs. You haven't lived until you've eaten a 3-foot chili cheese dog. Just saying. Damn, 3 feet. I would probably end up like Lady and the Tramping that thing with my wife. Mr. Miller says, it's like saying the heart works like a car engine. Yeah, pretty silly. And Inquisitor Bacon says, what do you get? Yeah, what the fuck do you get out of this? Like literally jumping into this live chat to run your mouth. What do you get out of this? Because Many Hangman is correct. Proteins are chemicals. Proteins are chemicals. That's what they are. Thoros Muse says, been AFK to bring fresh made coffee to the show. That's freshly brewed from the mountains of Colombia. Good stuff. Oh, I like this. Thank you, Chris Durham. Says the circus theme, if I could fucking talk, should be public domain by now. Awesome. Thank you. Chris Durham said he will check on that. And Rodinella Same suggests a topic change. Spirit Halloween is open. Fucking A. Spirit Halloween has opened. The the 2 months before the best day of the year, Halloween. Can't wait. It's my favorite time of year. I love it when the weather starts changing. When we start going through, autumn, and up here in Oklahoma, we actually have an autumn, which I'm really looking forward to, like a legitimate autumn going into winter. So I'm seriously looking forward to it. It's going to be sweet. I love the autumn. I love the winter. I love autumn and winter. Those are my favorite times of year, my favorite seasons. And I love the Halloween season. I love the slow build to Halloween and then the nice slope down to Christmas. Love it. Love it. Mr. Blord says, your wife may have other ideas for a 3-foot hot dog. Probably. Oh yeah, Commander Darklight's right. Yeah, he gets a false sense of relevance. This is true. He wants to ruin our atheist sausage fest. That's funny. That's hilarious. No, it says no jail. That's cocaine. That's funny. And yeah, good. I like that. I like that attitude, Inquisitor Bacon. He should never ruin my sausage fest. Daryl M, you don't do Halloween? Well, I mean, you're entitled to not do Halloween if you don't want to do Halloween, but you don't do Halloween? Shaq has a 3-foot hot dog. Shaquille O'Neal. Dude, his commercials are hilarious. I love his commercials. They're smart. The guy's got comedic chops. It's pretty impressive. Oh, he's still going on. This is more copy paste. Yes, President Starscream says, don't get injured in Oklahoma. The ERs are full of horse paste eaters. This is true. This is absolutely nuts. I saw that article. Oklahoma emergency room. With the ivermectin, with the overflow of ivermectin. Let me see. Domino effect. Okay, this is not just COVID. Let me see. Watch now. This is not just log allergy. Domino effect backs up Oklahoma hospitals with no relief in sight. And there was this why is it? Oh, sometimes I hate the web. It is heartbreaking and exhausting. Oklahoma doctors say that was K4.com. Says Oklahoma City ICU has been full for weeks. And apparently there's a big huge jump from ivermectin overdoses. People using that incorrectly that have resulted in things being overwhelmed. So it's craziness. I'm 3 or 4 more events from just hiding in my home and subsisting solely on live chats and just going live all the time just so I can just justify, the ability to go eat, buy food or to order food or something of that nature. See, Alpha K91 says, when are the horse pace eaters going to go blind? It's nuts. It's absolutely crazy. Like I said, this is ignorance. This is incredulity, and fear. People being afraid. And the important thing is trying to get information out there as best as possible, is to inform people, is to try and do our best to have a well-informed public, get the information out there. I knew, but I was like, I had someone do the same thing. It was like, how do you know what's in the vaccine? It's like, very simple. I'm going to go and get the list of ingredients in the vaccine. There's a lot of very complicated sounding chemicals in that thing, but I'm going to go and get it. And I pulled it up and I gave it to a dude, and he looked through it and he was like, huh. How do you know that's true? Like, man, if you're just going to question reality at all points, what's the fucking point? Go find a doctor. Go talk to the doctor and have the doctor explain it to you. I'm not a doctor. I know where to find the information, but I don't have the fucking medical degree to just hand it to you. So go find one of them and ask them. Don't go looking on Discord for the answers to your, to why you question reality. Steaming cup of reason is in the house. Good to see you. Score. We have scored. We have. Alpha K91 says permanent blindness is the number one side effect of that ivermectin shit. Damn, that's brutal. That certainly sucks. And wrote it no last name says this is Darwin clearing out the shallow end of the gene pool. I saw a funny GIF. I used that one time. It was Darwin eating popcorn. So, or somebody taking Darwin's head and put it on somebody in the theater, like eating popcorn, like, oh, but it was Darwin's head. So, Chris Durham Music Channel says circus theme, aka Entry of the Gladiators, aka Thunder and Blazes, was written in 1897. Public domain is anything before 1926, so yay, public domain. Woohoo. Hey, I'm curious, when then I gotta check. Yakety Sax song. I'm kind of curious when that one enters the public domain. When was that made? When was that created? That provided to you. Let me see. Yakety Sax. The theme from Benny Hill. By Chet Atkins and Boots Randolph. What is the history on that bad boy? I'm kind of curious. All the places I can listen to it, no wiki page. Dang, where is it? Who played? I don't know when the year was. When that year that was. Probably not. It's probably not going to be in the public domain for a long, long time. So, I'm kind of curious when. Oh, here. Let me see. Is it here? No, I can't find it. Someone out there will know. Oh wow, there's a 1 hour version of Yakety Sax on YouTube. Of course there is. Of course there is. So yeah, I wonder when that one's going to enter public domain. That way we can really bombard Otangelo with it, because that'll be funny. Oh, Robert Cass says the magnetic chip didn't work when I got the second jab. I was disappointed. Bummer, you're not Magneto. That's a shame. Zachariah Hoopers. These anti-vaxxers have said, I don't want to be a part of an experiment. Well, they don't realize that they're the control group. Oh, Steamy Cup of Reed says, what's the topic today, Jail? I'm telling you, what is not the topic? We've got Otangelo in here spouting precept nonsense. We are talking about people overdosing on ivermectin and filling up emergency rooms in Oklahoma. Talking about most of the damn world being on fire right now, and the fact that the IBCC report came out and pretty much said humanity is fucked because we fist fucked the planet into absolute oblivion. So what's not the topic? I know it's a lot of downer stuff, not to mention all of the petty shit that human beings do to one another in order to justify their tribalism. But other than that, we're trying to find good things, trying to find happy things. Cryptomeria. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. This is the first time I've seen Cryptomeria. Says, I wanted a tail. All I got was a 666 on my forehead. Awesome. And apparently, yes, my body, my choice. Oh, yes. And thank you for reminding me, Cryptomeria. Yeah, the situation in Texas currently. So the situation in Texas, where it's pretty much become the Handmaid's Tale. Thank you to that asshole Greg Abbott, an absolute douchebag in Texas. I hope he gets voted out come November if Texas residents get their asses out there and vote. So they've got to do that. UKPI says, I gotta go now. It is late here. Take care, people. I got to wonder, are you a private investigator? UKPI? Is that what that stands for? Or does it stand for something else? Like a British PI? That'd be kind of cool. I'm just kind of curious. Robert Caslow says, what about the QB situation in Denver? I don't know. I'm not a Broncos fan. Let's see. Oh, Mr. Flibble's in the house. Says, I'm God. Can you prove otherwise? I can't, Mr. Flibble. So it must be true. And yes, Fred Knotts. Good to see you, Fred Knotts. Says, I've noticed the My Body, My Choice anti-vaxxers have went silent with the new Texas abortion law. Yes, they have. They absolutely have. Zachary Hooper's been trying to talk about 3-foot hot dogs. I'm aware of that, but that belongs over on my OnlyFans channel, onlyfans.com/JLWarren. It's not there. I don't do content like that yet. Delicious and nutritious. It tastes just like chicken. Oh, dang it. Yeah, okay. So Chris Durham says Yakety Sax was made in 1963. 95 years for public domain. So, yeah, I'm going to be dead before I can do that one for free. That sucks. Oh, well. Oh, Alpha says, Brighton in Nevada. Brighton, Nevada. Brighton, Nevada. When do I get my fucking RoboCop body? When do I get that? When do I get my Ed 209 body? Redding says, we have so much data from science. It does not require your Christian God. Stay out of politics. Stop trying to convince others of half-baked ideas. And Robert Cat says, heretic! Oh, yes, Cryptomeria. Long pig. Much tasty. Yes, hit him with the Cryotangelo. If you are a member of my channel, which you can be, and join the godless army, you can smash Otangelo with the crying Otangelo emoji. Because we have emoji made just for Otangelo. The crying emoji Otangelo, not to mention others like Darth Dawkins with the red duct tape over his mouth that he likes to use. So a duct tape Darth Dawkins, a crying Otangelo, not to mention Flying Spaghetti Monster, among others, of a philosophical or atheist bent. I think, and plus you'll get the channel membership badge, the channel member badge. What my foot just hit. Tyler West, good to see you, says Texas Christians passed 666 new laws. What's up with that? Goodness. Uh-oh. That is actually, yes, Cryptomeria. That's hilarious. That is quite hilarious. I like that. That's sus. Is that what the kids are using today? That's sus. Is that right? Sus. Mr. Flipple says it's sad that one of my worst creations lacks faith in me. That makes me a sad panda. Probably should make a sad panda emoji too. Zachariah Hooper says, I got to go. Good night. Good night, Zachariah Hooper. Good to see you. Thank you for coming out. Really appreciate it. Skeptic Dank says, I'd love to join the Godless Army, but I'm on my phone right now. It's quite all right, Skeptic Dank, whenever you can, if you'd like to, or if you're able to. No rush. Just having you here in the chat makes my fucking night. Having all y'all in the chat makes my night. I love chatting with all y'all. Redding says, I feel a little bad for Otangelo as I think he's an exile from Darth Dawkins, but that does not excuse his partaking in right-wing BS from his former cult leader. True. This is the fucked up thing. And for those who don't know, because I see a lot of new names here who might not be familiar with this, or you may not listen to all of Tom Rabbit's stuff. Tom Rabbit, obviously, in his channel is pretty much Darth Dawkins centered. He records Darth and Balad and puts him out there so people can laugh at him. And the Johnny O, one of the four beardsmen of the apocalypse, a group that I'm associated with, set up a debate between me and Otangelo. So it was going to be Otangelo versus me, and it was going to basically be about evidence for God. So Otangelo, and I knew he was going to bring his youth stuff. I did my thing. I think I did pretty well in the debate. It's up. I put it up. It's on my channel. It's mirrored on my channel. It's on Johnny O's channel. You can check it out there. Well, before the debate took place, Otangelo was in a Discord channel, and he was talking with Darth, Tonelock, and Parakeet. And Tonelock and Parakeet are two other sycophants of Darth Dawkins. And so basically he said, I'm going to go debate J.L. Warren, and Darth flipped out because Darth fucking hates me. And he thinks he's like, oh, he's a slanderer and a libeler and a harasser and whatever. He calls me all kinds of fucking names, or defamer and shit. So he got pissed at Otangelo for Otangelo agreeing to debate me on Johnny O's channel because he hates both of us. And he was demanding that Otangelo, before he debate me, Otangelo's already agreed to this, by the way. He's already agreed to come to the debate. He's just happened to be talking about it then. And Darth demanded that Otangelo, basically, before he goes live, before he goes on the debate with me, he wanted an apology from me to Darth. He wanted me to publicly apologize for things I've said about Darth before Otangelo would do this. And Otangelo was like, no, because at least I'll give him this. Otangelo has a shred of fucking integrity. He said he was going to show up, and he did show up. He lost badly, but at least he showed up. And he did not cow to what Darth was saying. I was really impressed. And I think the two of them, I think he is in exile. I think Darth pretty much cut him out because Otangelo refused to cow to Darth, which I thought was pretty impressive. I have to give him that. It's a drop in the bucket, but hey, a drop is a drop. That means that there's some integrity there. There's something that can be worked with. So, but I think it's like he knows this and he's got to overcompensate, which is why all the copy pasta bullshit in my live chats. Yeah, Redding. Yeah, that's right. DD begged him not, essentially demanded he not do it. Otherwise, he's going to cut him off. He's like, I won't be friends with you anymore if you do this. So Tan's like, okay. So, yeah, I give him a bit of integrity points. We're going forward. Yep. Redding says, your expose of DD is brilliant. Oh, thank you. Says, I LOL with Otangelo, who read from a script in a debate with you. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Him just reading from the script in the middle of a debate. That was pretty cringe. I'll have to give him that. See, Steven Capri says, I think Darth Mom owes to World an apology for squeezing him out. And Robert Castle says, Darth is a giant D-bag. If he is an example of Christianity, I will stay agnostic. Yeah, he definitely doesn't do Christianity any favors. In fact, I think he's deconverted more people just by his behavior alone than he has actually converted anyone. Because I mean, what the atheists do, they show that the reason he believes his justification is bad. He has unsound justifications for what he believes in, and we expose that. It's bad reasoning, it's bad argumentation, it's dishonest presentation of like existing science, or he makes shit up on the fly, like philosophical body double. What the fuck does it? He just makes shit up on the fly in order to sound smart. Like legitimately, Darth. The best I could probably analogize is Darth Dawkins thinks that he's Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino when he's more like Peter Boyle in Monsters Ball. I think that's the best way I could analogize that. Old School says, good analogy, God, dog, barking. So with my God barking, for me, because God, dog, yes. I'm just like to too, sit up all night arguing the existence of dog with my theist neighbor. The dog exists. Oh, good stuff. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, and that was saying, I mean, let me get a opinion from you guys. Skipper Dink says, I don't understand that reference. So, if you haven't seen Gran Torino with Clint Eastwood was like a gruff, mean, racist a-hole of an old man. He was a veteran of the Korean War. Just, looks at the world a certain way. And just that kind of mentality. He's a hard ass and just like whip out his 45 and stick it in your face. His service 45, just crazy shit like that. He's a hard ass. Peter Boyle in Monsters Ball was a racist, degenerate, bigoted piece of shit who was confined to a wheelchair, who was like, had emphysema and was like breathing through tubes and was still like cantankerous and, egging people on and shouting racist stuff from his wheelchair, and he can't walk and he can't breathe. And he's like, So in essence, that's why I say that Peter Boyle was pretty much trash in that. And he thinks he's Clint Eastwood from, Gran Torino, but he's actually Peter Boyle from Monsters Ball. So that's just, the best way I can analogize that. Let me see. What the fuck? Oh, yeah. So I wanted to get make me feel good, Robert Caslow. Make me feel good. I had a theist on my last live stream. I brought him in at the beginning. His name was Diesel. He's a decent guy. I really enjoyed talking with him. It was really cordial and congenial, and it was just kind of a good, interesting little chat. And I was curious if people wanted to see more of that because I put the invitation out. But no theists want to come on to talk to me. Now, I'm not saying that's because I'm like, I'm undefeatable. No, I don't know why they don't want to. Because, if you go by, if you want to throw the Bible at him, 1 Peter, I think it was 1 Peter 3:15. So was it 3:15? Let me double check it. It's 1 Peter, I know that. But pretty much says that, you need to come with a ready defense if someone questions your faith. You need to come with a prepared defense as to why you believe. And I know it's 1 Peter. I can't remember the numbers off the top of my head. I haven't had to look them up in a moment. But 1 Peter pretty much states that. But I send out the invitation. Hey, did anyone want to come on here and talk with me about it? And they don't want to, or they don't respond, or they're kind of like, nah, maybe. And then they kind of go away. So I don't know. I'd love to be able to get more on. The chat seemed pretty responsive to it. It was a really good, interesting conversation, and I got some really good feedback on it from some people. So I'd really like to do it again. So if there are any atheists out there that are like listening and you're not talking, if you happen to be just listening in the chat, feel free, message me. Message me via Discord. Whatever. You can hit me up and message me on my channel, and I'll get the notification. And just I'll bring you on the show. I'll bring you on my live stream. We can chat. The invitation is open to theists who want to come on. It will be as cordial and congenial as the last one was, unless you decide to not be that way. Skeptic Dank says, "Yep, that tracks." It's like, yeah, it does track. Yeah, I think it's the best analogy I can make. Antonio Dream says, and Clint did redeem himself a bit at the end of Gran Torino. He did when he sacrificed himself for the family, for the Korean family or the Hmong family. So he did redeem himself. Trans Girl, good to see you. Says, "Hey, people, how is everybody? I came over to see if I could help. The thumbnail made me think JL was in trouble." After I made it, I was quite proud because that was some layering that I did, and I'm quite proud of how it came out because I was kind of like, I want to make something interesting. And so I put it together, and yeah, things are crazy out there. It's represented, but I got a smile on my face. I'm playing my violin while everything burns, and we're just hanging out. So no, everything is good in my personal life. Everything's fantastic. I got fantastic people in the chat. You guys are fucking amazing. I got people like you are becoming members of my channel, which is fucking sweet. You guys are, enabling me to make this my job, so I continue to do this more and more often. You guys rock. Every single one of you are absolutely awesome. And I was afraid after I got done and I posted, I was like, I hope nobody takes it the wrong way. But I'll explain it. If anybody takes it the wrong way, I'll be happy to explain it. It was just me being tongue-in-cheek is all it was. Just me being tongue-in-cheek. Robert Cass says, "It's your face just covered in human skin that happened in some movie about Texas." It did. It really did. But yes, good to see you, Trans Girl. So was approaching chill. Says, "Oh, this is JL Warren, total pogger." I played Pogs. Does that make me a pogger? Does that make me a pogger? I'm actually curious as what a pogger is. I actually don't know what a pogger is. Pogger. Well, it's a song by Mr. Big Dig. Poggers. Basically, a type of money used to Twitch was like a surprised frog. Instead of typing the word awesome or epic, people use the, oh, okay, cool. I did not. Look how fucking old I am. You see this fucking beard? This is how fucking old I am. Thank you, Pro Chinchilla, for the compliment. I appreciate it. I'm so fucking stupid sometimes. Like, I honestly didn't know. Oh, man. Skeptic Dank. I really want to hear MC Toon talk about his faith, but I think he tries to keep it away from his channel. He says he's Christian, but doesn't deny science. Agreed. And I actually invited him on. I invited it. It's not really even a debate to have a discussion. He really didn't want to do that. Now, I'm not going to push him. So MC Toon is cool. I've met him a few times. I think he's an absolutely awesome dude. And I wouldn't want to push him in a direction that he doesn't want to go. I wouldn't want to push him to something that, would upset him in that respect. He has his thing. I don't need to, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody, it doesn't hurt him, and he doesn't go out causing people harm or societal divide, then who am I to take it away from him? He doesn't use it to justify horrible action or societal divide. So there's nothing for me to really go there. I mean, if it provides some sort of personal thing for him, good for him. And plot hole is having steak. Good choice. Good choice. Oh, Redding says Canadian Catholic is claiming to have proven God's existence. This is the second time I've heard about this. This is the second time someone has said that Canadian Catholic had some proof for God, some absolute proof for God. I'm very curious as to where this is coming from. I haven't heard this. If there's a link to this, send it to me or put it in the live chat just so that I can check it out, because I would love to hear this proof for God. Really would. And apparently Fred Knott's MC Toon is bust spanking witless right now. I saw that he was hosting a watch party with Brainy, and he was in a debate against Austin Whitsitt and somebody else. And I saw the thumbnail when it popped up. I don't know. I didn't know what was going on. I knew I was going to go live because I think I'm going to make Saturdays my live day. People seem to be people are available, and I love that's better doing a Saturday night. Kind of dark today. It just made me think JL was hot. I'm so not. Team Skeptic is far more attractive than I am. Cryptomeria. I will pronounce that correctly. Cryptomeria. CC is a jerk. I have seen him act in a jerkish fashion. I've seen him behave badly. His attempt to set up Aaron Raw and to have like a cringe moment to be like, "Oh, we got you, Aaron." His attempt to do that shit with Darth Dawkins was pretty fucking cringe. I've seen him do cringe shit. I've seen him act okay. He really pisses Darth Dawkins off when he puts the mute on Darth Dawkins when Darth is acting like an asshole. So yeah, I mean they have their moments. CC can be a bit of a douche, and yeah, Cryptomarius, as I tell him as often as I can. Oh yeah. Steaming Cup of Reason says, seems to me that believing in a higher power because it gives you a feeling of peace is perfectly fine. But add scripture and organized religion into the mix is my question. Yeah, dogmatic thinking definitely does some damage. Approach Chili says, I do like your short videos of Darth Dawkins. Keep it up. I will. The problem is that what I ran into an issue because Darth has me. The reason it kind of slowed down. Okay, so to put this in perspective. So Darth is on a number of Discord channels. The number one that he is on that I still have access to is politics and religion. So I'm still on the politics and religion Discord, and Darth comes in there on occasion. I was able to listen to Darth do his shtick and engage or do whatever, blah blah blah. As long as if I was in his channel, he could mute me. But if we were not in his channel, he could not mute me. That's how I was able to respond to things that he said. Because I was hearing them firsthand, I'd be able to respond to them almost immediately. The problem is that on politics and religion, because I'm banned from every one of the other servers that Darth is a member of. He's kicked me off of all of them. He's server kicked me from all of them. The problem is that on politics and religion, Banshee, one of the admins over there, or someone, maybe it was Banshee. I just want to make sure I want to make sure I don't quote this wrong or say this wrong. Someone created a bot for Darth that essentially allows him to add people to like a list. And then when he goes on Discord and he activates that bot, everyone who's around him in the same room that has his name's on that list is auto muted. And you can't text chat either. You can't type in the text chat. So it's called the Attack Dog app. And it was written specifically for Darth so that he could shut down anyone who disagrees with him. So if you happen to be in a room and you're chatting with somebody and then Darth pops in, if you're on the list, boom, your conversation is shut down. Darth takes over. That's if you're already in the room and he pops in. If he's in the room and I enter the room he's in, boom, I'm auto shut down. So that's what they've done to protect Darth because they feel that Darth brings in viewers and they want those viewers because it maximizes activity on the Discord server, on that particular server, and makes it a really popular place to be, which invariably, if you get more people means more nitro. More nitro means more things that you can do within the server, like live streams, big, like putting up, big files, high quality content, shit like that. Stages, various things. So, and they, big popular things attract big names, which in turn, so on and so forth. So, and then you can use that to promote your own personal stuff, like your own personal channel. And so ultimately it comes down to money. But they did that for Darth to protect him so that he can just red tape anybody he wants who he happens to disagree with. It's, it's bullshit and ridiculous, but hey, it's not my server. So what are you going to do? That's why you haven't seen a bunch of stuff like any new shorts regarding Darth Dawkins. So I apologize, Pro Chinchilla. I tried to do more because I haven't been hearing him talk because I can't interact with him. He shut me down completely. Cryptomaria says, one day I will find his village to return him. Probably the village idiot, I'm assuming. Oh, Chris Jordan channel. Nero? I just saw the thumbnail. Yes. Okay. If you want to know, let me see. Let's go through this real fast. JF was BFFs with Hammurabi. BFF. Thank you, Robert Caslow. Take it easy, trans girl. Trans girl. Yeah. Okay. I'm okay. I just sleep very irregular. We're upping my meds next week. Tomorrow will get worse, but I will pull. Oof. Well, I hope you do get some rest. Pogs was shit back in the day. I had some really sick slammers. President Starscream. I really did. Don't worry, most of us are boomers. Yeah, I still have to learn stuff about this interwebs. I was BFFs with Hammurabi. Yeah, I mean, he had some good ideas. This kind of code he wanted to put together. Let me see here. Oh, dang, I'm way behind. Oh, and apparently there he goes. How have you seen me the last couple of months interacting with him? I honestly don't care. So thank you, Prochachilli. Yes, Banshee created the attack dog bot. So yeah, that was pretty much what happened. So that's why I've been kind of shut down. It's okay, man. JL already explained the strange relationship you and DD have right now. No need to tell us. SIE, because he abuses people all the time. Yeah. Okay, so Darth is the jail warden. Darth is the consummate coward. You are correct, Alpha K1. He is a coward, an absolute coward. Let me see. Okay, so the thumbnail that I created. The thumbnail is okay. So if anybody's familiar with Mad Magazine, there was an issue of Mad called Burning Mad, and that issue had Alfred E. Newman, which is the mascot of Mad Magazine, as Nero playing the fiddle. And I saw that and I was like, that's amazing. So I pulled it, cut it up, cropped it, took a picture of me, cut my head out, put it there, layered it, because I had to put the body, then I had to put my head, then I had to put the laurel leaves on top of that. Layered it, and then put it over a flaming background. So I created that and then just put the text on it. And I did it all in Paint. So I don't think it came out too badly, but I did all that in Windows Paint. That's pretty much it. That's where that came from. And I thought it was cool. And I just took a picture that was kind of like, hey, like that. And then just kind of resized it so that my head would fit. And that's what she said. And there you go. So yeah, that's from Burning Mad, from the issue, from the Burning Mad issue. You can Google Burning Mad and it will literally come up with that Alfred E. Newman, the mascot of Mad Magazine. Redding says, I saw a video where DD was arguing with two Catholics on Christmas Eve. He had no worshiping to do or family with. Yeah, probably not. His family is pretty much estranged from everybody. Nobody wants anything to do with him. Yelling at people on Discord. That's what fucking Darth has got. That's what he's got. Transgo says, I got the reference. Yay. What was the reference to? He's still using those references Tony disproved. Yeah, pretty much. That's a good question. Tangela, why do you care if I shit on Darth? You don't care about him. And it's fun to shit on him because it's easy. He makes it so easy to shit on him. That's why it's funny. Tony Regime is beating the shit out of Otangelo. PhD Tony did it too. Otangelo was putting shit up in the chat. And Tony was knocking that shit down like it was fucking T-ball. His goddamn softball pitches there. It was like up in the air. Oh, you're going to miss it because you don't have faith. Crack. Home run. Yeah, sorry, Otangelo. Not much. And thank you, Alpha K91. Crush the... does that even come up with the emojis when I link that? I'm kind of curious. But yes, definitely crush the Otangelo emoji. I see that. Oh, got the thumbnail reference. Oh, awesome. Fantastic. Yes, Nero. Steamy Company says, do you remember Call for an Uprising? What's your opinion of channels like that? I think the channel owner should be arrested for his channel's actions. This is an interesting question. So, I'm familiar with Call for an Uprising. And the question is, if he engages in illegal behavior or incendiary behavior, then yes, there are laws against that. And he should be held accountable for that if the law can hold him accountable. But on his channel, because this is a private platform, because this is a privately owned platform, this is YouTube, which is essentially owned by Google. Because this is a privately owned platform, they set the rules, which means that if he gets on here and on his channel says incendiary shit, but he's still within the TOS, then Google doesn't have to shut him down. And they don't have to report him either. And it's a shit way. I mean, it sucks, but it is a private platform. Google and YouTube, they make the rules, or they make and enforce the rules. So because we're on a private platform, this is not a public access thing. I mean, it's public access, but not everybody in the world is a content creator. So it's privately held, publicly traded. What are you going to do? This is just the way it is. And the best you could possibly do is try to gain some power within the company to try to alter the TOS or to shut that shit down. Because if they're going to allow it, they're going to allow it. If he breaks the law, then he should get in trouble. But I mean, sure, his incendiary bullshit could inspire other people to do terrible things. But if there's something about being on YouTube that shelters him from that, that's fucked up. But that's unfortunately the world we live in, and we should try to change that. Let's see, CFAU dances on and crosses the line. Yes, Call for an Upright does dance on and cross the line all the time. I would agree. Yeah, he should. But I mean, it could be taken as satire. He could say it's satirical. He could say it's fiction. He could say he's playing a fictional character, like Stephen Colbert did with the Colbert Report on Jon Stewart's show on the Daily Show. So it's hard to say. He could say, no, I'm just playing a character, like fucking Alex Jones tried to do. No, it's just a character, but it's hard to get around that. Alf Canada 1 says, ramming Christ crap down the throats of non-believers is a tangible reason for existing. Unfortunately, it is. Yeah, but most likely, that's probably it. Trans Girl says, yes. And then they even want to get rid of the only protection they have. If Google or YouTube can be held responsible for the content, they will remove it. It's true. If Google and YouTube can be held responsible for the shit that content creators put on their channels, especially if they're being incendiary and calling for people to go and do illegal shit, then fuck yes. They should be held accountable. They should. I mean, it's their platform. They're the ones that are controlling the rules. Redding says, was Darth in violation when he gave a person with OCD really bad advice? Unfortunately, no. Because it is not reasonable, because he did that over Discord. And then that was recorded and then put on YouTube by Tom Rabbit. And so that would technically fall in Discord's purview. And it's not, and obviously it would say, you could not obviously think that Darth Dawkins, given what everybody knows about him, is a doctor. He doesn't present himself as a doctor. He doesn't say that this is medical advice. He's simply giving his opinion. And, while it's bullshit, it's not sound. I mean, that kind of aggravating because psychology is my background. I'm familiar with OCD, and I've engaged with many people who have it to varying degrees. That was really terrible advice that he gave him. And it was just awful. And it kind of aggravated me, but unfortunately, because it was on Discord, just because it was recorded on Discord and put on YouTube, that falls under Discord's purview. And on Discord, you can pretty much do whatever the fuck you want, because Discord controls servers to the extent that hate speech, racism, like really vile stuff, like really vile and illegal shit, they'll shut that down. But anybody can create a Discord server, and it's pretty much Discord admin, like the admin, like the company itself is just reactionary. So they can only react to something that, after it takes place and is reported. Otherwise, if nobody reports it, then what are you going to do? But that was pretty awful. The advice that he gave to that kid with OCD, just like literally, like focus on God and make God your OCD. It was so fucking terrible. He basically told him to replace the focus of his OCD with God, which was just fucking awful. Pro Chinchilla says, how do you handle Darth Dawkins on debates, Joe Warren? I don't know. He won't debate me. Because for lack of a better term, he's a pussy. Don't know how else to put that. He refuses to debate me. Joe, if there is no God, why are we called non-believers? Believers in what? Right. I mean, if there's no, it's just the way they say it. You're a non-believer in order to, basically push forward the fact that there is a God. You just don't believe in it. Yeah, it's the same with Darth Dawkins' position. Darth Dawkins' bullshit position is that there is a God and you accept it, or there is a God and you don't accept it, or there's a God and you're lying about it, and then you're lying about it when you don't accept it because God exists. You're just denying it in your self-righteousness. So you're just a deceptive lie. You're just being deceptive and lying. That's Darth's position. It's not a true dichotomy because in both situations God exists, and one, the atheists are just lying about it, which is bullshit. Transgirl says, I really, really believe that the sun will rise for me in a few hours. Yeah, thank goodness for those predictive models. Those are so handy. Rennick says, I'm a counselor who knows how bad that advice was. It was fairly alarming. I was disturbed. And I think that there were some people after Darth left that got a hold of that dude and talked with him and, basically did not get him to follow, just like, no, don't listen to Darth. He's full of shit. Just don't do that. I think the kid was pretty on point too. I think he was pretty sharp. He's like, yeah, I'm not going to listen to this asshole. Oh, is this the current challenge? Can Otangelo renounce Darth Dawkins? I'm curious. And yes, trans girl, it is a sock account. It's an Otangelo sock account. He has many sock accounts that have been banned. If we ban this one, he'll jump up with another one. He's like, whack-a-mole. It's like whack-a-theist. Yeah, he'll jump up, ding, 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 ding. And I think, I think the score's up to like 550 or something. I'm going to keep doing it because I want my fucking tickets. So I can get a big elephant. God damn it, I will pronounce this correctly. Cryptomaria says, I am going for a flying spaghetti monster. There is a flying spaghetti monster emoji. Cryptomaria. There is a flying spaghetti monster emoji that you can have access to if you are a channel member. There is flying spaghetti monster. There is crying Otangelo. There is donut Earth. There is Darth Dawkins with red duct tape on his mouth. Show everybody, if you all the channel members, show them the different emojis they get if they are a member of my channel. You can hit those emojis out there, especially the crying Otangelo one, which is absolutely hilarious. Commander Darklight says, should we put that to the test? Put what to the test? Did I miss something? Or am I forgetting something? Did I miss something? I could. Robert Caslow says, "Who is the best atheist channel in your opinion?" It's kind of. Let's see. Who is the best that I've run across? Destiny is really good. I really enjoy Destiny's work. Your friendly neighborhood atheist, YFN atheist, is really good. I really like his stuff. And I'm gonna say number one is probably gonna be Destiny's, and then after that I'm gonna go with Destiny, and then Aaron Ross stuff is really, really good too, but he focuses more on science and shutting down anti-science claims. Yeah, I'm going to go with Destiny. Destiny does really, really solid work. I was originally back a couple years ago. Atheist Experience would have been up there at the top. Atheist Experience, Talk Heathen, Secular Sexuality are all good. Skeptic Generation is really, really solid, and your friendly neighborhood atheist, YFN atheist, is also really, really good. So I dig them, and of course Shannon Q's work is also solid. So many recommendations. I'd say the number one would be Destiny. Number two would be your friendly neighborhood atheist. I really like both of those. Both of those are a lot of fun. Look at all those emojis. Love those emojis. Cryptomaria says, next week when I get paid, I want the crying one. It is so funny. Yes, crying Otangelo is brilliant. That was a recommendation from the live chat. They recommended there has to be a crying Otangelo. So I made a crying Otangelo. Goddamn right I did. Oh, is there another sock account? Oh, ban him to see if he'll do it. Let's put it to the test. Okay, let's do Otangelo says DD is full of shit, but nobody has been able to refute his challenge. Do you believe that facts necessitate referencing the necessity of God as the ultimate reference point of all facts? No. The answer is no. You don't need to. You only need to reference the universe. The universe and the laws of logic are the only ontology you need. Why? Because the universe exists, and we cannot demonstrate anything greater than the universe. Anything beyond that is begging the question. So if you want to keep the conversation rational, you can reference the universe. That's it. Because everything exists within the universe. If the universe didn't exist, nothing would exist. The universe is your ontology. That's it. Then you're going to ask, well, where did the universe come from? We don't know that answer yet. If it came from anywhere or if it's an effect of anything, we don't know. Until we know, then we can have an answer. But we don't. But what we do know is that the universe exists. The universe is your fucking ontology. Darth Dawkins refuted. Fucking hell. Sorry. I popped off on that one. That was my bad. And guess what? We've come full circle. Otangelo says the universe had a beginning, therefore a cause. That cause was God. You don't know that. It's a baseless assertion with no evidence. Sorry, the Shroud of Turin shows God's skid marks. What? Too soon? Oh, that's funny. That's hilarious. Yes, thank you, Fred. Not Shroud of Turin. Hilarious. Oh, Robert Kessler says Way of the Mister has good videos. Agreed. You don't debunk shit to his face. Oh, that's funny. Red Ink, yes, Aaron Raw is awesome. And I was, I don't know how many people saw it, but Team Skeptic. Well, okay, Aaron Raw debated fucking Nathan Thompson on the shape of the earth. And it lasted like 15 minutes because Nathan was all, Nathan's full of shit and he fucking lied and, pissed Aaron off and Aaron left. And then so Team Skeptic had Aaron Raw on his channel to basically, to review the debate, the small amount of debate that existed. And he was like, I'll bring Aaron Raw on. And then he contacted me. He's like, do you want to be on the show with Aaron Raw? And I was like, fuck yes. I'm such a nerd boy. Oh, I fanboyed out so hard. I was like, can I get be on show with Aaron Raw? We fucking swear. And I'm sitting there over there like they're talking. And it's all professional. I'm sitting there over the side going. So try not to gush and look like an idiot. Ooh, Action Labs. That's good times. The God Talk, I debunked them all. You don't debunk shit. Yeah, okay, now I get it. You don't debunk shit. Let's see. So God, we have this all the basic. Good Lord, Angelo, give it a fucking rest. Oh, Sydney Winston got at the beginning. That cause was humans. Well stated, Sydney Winston. Good to see you in the chat. Tyler West said, don't bring up the Shroud of Turin. It makes you look ridiculous. Don't bring up the Shroud of Turin. It makes you look ridiculous. Like, if there is a God, he's up there going, just stop helping me. Stop helping me. Ooh, there's an idea for my next thumbnail. Should be God being like, stop helping me. Oh, H. Jasperi is in the house with the flying spaghetti monster emoji. Hell yes. Good to see you. Cryptomaria says monsoon season again. Seems early this year. Oof. Yeah, weather patterns getting crazy. Getting crazy out there. Oh, somebody just sent me a message. Says, this is one of my favorite quotes about religion. The profession of a shaman has many advantages. It offers high status with a safe livelihood, free of work in the dreary, sweaty sense. In most societies, it offers legal privileges and immunities not granted to other men. But it is hard to see how a man who has been given a mandate from on high to spread tidings of joy to all mankind can be seriously interested in taking up a collection to pay his salary. It causes one to suspect that the shaman is on the moral level of any other con man. But it is a lovely work if you can stomach it. Agreed. Oh, got some people saying hi. Oh, apparently the stage going on right now. People are people wanted me to be a part of, but I'm here and I'm happy to be here. Trans Girl says there was and is no tissue on the shroud. What are you talking about? And I don't have to show you how the shroud was made. I trust the scientists who did the research. See, this is the fucked up thing is I actually tried to explain this to him because part of my educational background was forensics, so I understand how it was mapped out, like how I understand the forensic analysis that was done to try to Turin that disproved it, that debunked it. Is nothing more than a 13th century art installation is essentially what it was. It's a hoax. If it was purported to be real, if it was presented as real, then it's a hoax. Otherwise, it's just an art installation. It's not real. So Sorry about that. I tried to explain it to you in the debate that we had because I knew you were going to bring it up, and you're wrong. I shut it down, which is why now all of a sudden you're off the trying to turn and now in back to life. Life had the beginning. Stars had a beginning. Galaxies had the beginning. All atoms. Now we can see some collecting beginning sometime in the past, which we can date with a percentage of a few percent. Man, do you even hear yourself fucking talk? None of this has been refuted. But we understand the only question we don't have is what came before the Planck epoch. That's it. You assert it's God. There's no evidence to support that. Sorry. That's it. Trying to overcomplicate the situation. Fucking bullshit. Oh, this is funny. Yep, copy pasta time. You were right, Edison Carter. Good to see you, Edison. It says copy pasta time. Alpha Canada wants my favorite quote from the Bible. My God, why hast thou forsaken me? God is actually talking to himself, according to the Trinitarians. Talking to himself, and then waits till he dies to go up and then answer his own question. Fucking hilarious. Isn't God on some episodes of Monster Quest? I remember that show. I do. Let's see. Redding says all information is not lost, and quite possibly a multiverse explains that with the inflation moment, thinking about time only in our being and and awareness. So I think I might have missed some parts in there, but yes, agreed. This possibility. Prochachilla says, "Are there any Christians that you enjoy debating with and will like to do it again?" I really enjoyed talking with Diesel. I really did. I liked talking with Diesel. He's very cordial, very congenial. There are a few not. There's a theist. I think she's a theist. She's still a theist. Her who goes by Claire on Discord. I would love to chat with her more. That would be very cool because she's really, really nice. But other than that, the vast majority they get really mean when you start poking holes in their belief structure and you start like showing them how it's not logically consistent. They get really pissed. And what are you gonna do? You know. Let's see. Sydney went to, Tangelo, you're using your Shroud of Turin. Yes, he is a troll. He's a self-admitted troll. Otangelo has admitted he's a troll. So. Fred Knott says, ask Clive Wells about Hawkins' theory. It doesn't require a beginning. I will do that. I quoted Martin Rees. So you know more than him? LOL. I have to actually double check because his name is not ringing a bell. So Martin Rees is a British cosmologist. Born in 1942. He's 79 years old. He went to Trinity, Gruber Prize Cosmology, Templeton Prize. Let me see here. Martin Rees Royal Society. He is the UK's Astronomer Royal. He's a Royal Astronomer for the UK. He's based at Cambridge. Lord Martin Rees, the Center for the Study of Existential Risk. So I'm curious. Lots of it. Okay. KT, OM, FRS, Frang, FMed, Psi, Fraz. Okay. So he's the Right Honorable Lord Rees of Ludlow. Oh, so he's royalty as well. Interesting. Lots of books. He's since the 90s, he's worked on gamma ray bursts, especially in collaboration with Peter Mazaros. And on how the cosmic dark ages ended when the first stars formed. Since the 1970s, has been invested in anthropic reasoning and the possibility that our visible universe is part of a vaster multiverse. Okay. I'm familiar with this stuff. I haven't read his stuff specifically, but I'm familiar with that. I've come across that before. I'm not saying I know more than him. Oh, and Fred Knott says he's also an atheist. So, Otangelo, why are you bringing up Reese when he's an atheist? I'm very curious if he's going to answer that. If he's going to answer that honestly. Cosmic microwave. Robert Caslow says the cosmic microwave background disproves any proof of radiation, any proof of creationism. Agreed. Trans Girl says the most beautiful thing to us atheists is that we have room to just say, I don't know. For people like Otangelo, they need an answer, even if that answer is wrong. Agreed. We have the more humble position. Oh, I see that he's not responding. Oh, wait, no. It means he's building up to a copy pasta. Otangelo, for fuck's sake. Okay, last time I'm going to say this. The visible universe, space-time, does have a beginning. We can measure back towards that beginning to the Planck epoch. We cannot measure back any further. Anything beyond that is a mathematical extrapolation, but we don't know what went down before that. We don't know if there was a cause. We don't know if there was an event. We don't know if anything triggered the expansion event or if the expansion event was just spontaneous. We don't know. So no, it does not matter if he thinks that the universe has a beginning. He doesn't say it's God. Stupid fuck. Thank you, grumpy old man Joe. He again doesn't understand what he is quoting. You know what? I'm done with him. It's beyond. I mean, it's beyond. At this point, he's just being he's just being a willful asshole. So I'll take care of it that time. That one's on me. And Commander Darklight, let's put your theory to the test. Because I'm sick and tired of his ass. Hey, Robert Caslow. Galactus caused the Big Bang. Duh. That's funny. Red Ink asks, what was Jesus thinking about in the year 8,345,123,967? About halfway to now. Agreed. So, yeah, it's absolutely silly. And at this point, it's just going to aggravate the piss out of me. It's aggravating other people. And most likely because I have now axed him and he's done. He'll probably create another alt and jump in on another alt. Be like, oh, I'm here on alt again. At that point, we'll know he's fucking trolling. So he's just fucking doing it just to be incendiary and insightful. Or sorry, inciting, not insightful. He's not insightful for shit. Edison Carter says, for all we know, the cause was some civilization booting up the universe simulator in an nth dimensional computer. There you go. That's an idea. That's a hypothesis. Robert Castle says, are anchovies good on pizza? Oh, we're going that direction, huh? No, anchovies not good on pizza, but pineapple is. I like pineapple on pizza. Pineapple and jalapenos and spicy Italian sausage. How about that? Sweet, salty, and spicy. All three I like. I'm going to get so much hate for that one. I mean, some people may even revoke their memberships. I just drew a line in the sand. Pineapple. Oh. Let's see. I heard Otangelo. Thor Rasmussen says, I'm sorry, trans girl. It's just that point he's being willfully ignorant. He's just doing it to fucking troll us. And he's starting to aggravate people in the chat. So considering I think like 7 alts have been blocked of his, he'll just make another one. I heard Thor Rasmussen says, I heard Otangelo talk on a stream, and to my surprise, he sounded a lot like my late uncle, so I can't take anything from him seriously. Agreed. He very much sounds like a kind of Brazilian Kermit the Frog, is how he is talking to people. It's and he says, I'm unsubbing. Oh, I drew a line in the fucking sand. That's what I did. Can you, Tony, Trans Girl says, can you prove that anchovies are good on pizza, like real scientific proof? No. He presupposes that shit. It's begging the question. Oh, it's funny. Oh, let me see. Stephen Company says, they argue that you cannot do any scientific test to disprove God. I say it is exactly that inability to test it proves that there's nothing to test. Agreed. You can't test something that there's nothing to test. If there are no parameters that we can basically poke a stick at, and there's nothing that we can get a reaction of, then yeah, God meets all the parameters. So basically, all the parameters of the thing that we say doesn't exist. You look at like a unicorn. You look like the Loch Ness monster. The Loch Ness monster has parameters to it. It meets the no. We say it doesn't exist because it meets these parameters. God meets those same parameters. It is undetectable. It is unverifiable. It is unobservable. It cannot. It does not hold any kind of mechanistic explanatory, or mechanistic explanatory power, and apparently exists atemporally. So it exists for no time. So just by virtue of its own definition and these properties, it logically follows that God does not exist. At least if God has these attributes. If God is meeting, I mean, that's pretty much, unless God is hiding himself purposely from us, which would go to the nature of the being and make that very, very questionable, which means like anything that would deliberately hide itself for this, especially great truths like this, doesn't deserve worship. So, and Alpha K91, yeah, summed it up pretty good. The Bible is the shittiest book of prose ever written. Robert goes, that voice makes you want to stab your ears with a screwdriver. Yeah. There was one funny moment. I was in Discord, and he happened to be in the chat, and then I used my Otangelo. I got it right the first. I managed to land on it perfectly. I used my Otangelo voice, my impression of him, and I just started using it, and people thought I was him. And it was like, because they started going, oh, God, Otangelo. I was like, no, it was me. It was me. And they're like, oh, so I got lucky once and managed to nail it. So I was pretty happy. Oh, so apparently it's people talking about Clash of Clans, which I have not played. Neither have I played Raid, but I will certainly do ads for them if they contact me. Edison Carter says, black olives are salty and found on pizza. Therefore, salty fish is a possible substitute as long as you don't combine too many salty things, causing one to look like SpongeBob on land. That's why I like spicy Italian sausage, jalapenos, and pineapple. You got the salty, you got the spicy, you got the sweet. Good stuff. I'm an atheist and I'm okay. Yeah, that's right. The Lumberjack song has done the atheist song as to the tune of the Lumberjack song. Let me see here. COC rocks. Yes, corrosion of conformity also rocks. Love corrosion of conformity. Stephen Company says, God of the Gap. It's another way of skipping over shit you know nothing about. Agreed. That's pretty much how it goes down. All right. Well, look at this. We've been going for a couple hours now. We've talked about all kinds of things. Even had Otangelo jump in here. And, hey, Skits Crasher. What's going on? Oh, Robert Kaiser said, I said cock. No way. That's funny. But we talk about all kinds of things tonight. So, a bunch of stuff. Apparently, just to give you Johnny O. He's got some interesting stuff coming up. Big topic. You're not going to want to miss his next video. So I was hoping that at some point I was going to be able to get like a theist to come on and chat with me. I'd love to be able to hear what they believe and why they believe it. I think it'd be fun. I'm still looking for a way to connect a YouTube live stream with the Discord stages. So I could do a stage and people could listen to me chatting with theists. I think that would be fun. Could be interesting. I don't know. Maybe I should just try to get them over to my channel so that I can, I can try to pull them and be like, hey, if you want to continue this conversation, coming over to my channel, we can do it live. I think that would be cool. But yeah, I hope to eventually get more on here. Alpha K91 says, atheist, feel free to friend me on Discord. I use the same handle both platforms. He does. Absolutely. All right. So it's been 2 hours and 15 minutes. And Plato says easy peasy. Well, we'll have to run through this. And Stephen Capareven says, I might have an idea about that. Yeah, I'm looking for a way to do it so it looks good. That way we're live, and then we can do the stage, the Discord stages, and do that, somehow get that to a live platform. I'm not sure how to go about that or what it would entail, but I'm hoping that there is a way, and I'm hoping it's pretty simple. So that would be neat. Pro Chinchilla says, don't end your stream. Robert Kessler says, have I done anything with AIG? I only know AIG meaning one thing. I don't know. Oh, you're talking about stocks wise. Like the financial group? Is that American Investment Group? Is that what that is? Because the my wife does the financial stuff. That's what you're talking about, Robert Caslow. She handles all that cool stuff. I'm trying to convince her to make her own. Oh, answers in genitals, answers in Genesis. I haven't gone after that, but I'm trying to convince my wife to do like finance stuff and stock stuff because she's very, very good at it. And I'm trying to convince her to do a YouTube channel on her own, which if she does, I will definitely get that to y'all so y'all can check that out. Answers in Genesis. I have not tackled answers in Genesis yet. I probably should at some point. I've heard it's full of shit. Answers in Genesis. Answersingenesis.org. Evolution acceptance solidly above the halfway mark. What is this? Model of Jerusalem, Butterfly House, and more coming to Creation Museum and Ark. The Creation Museum and Ark Encounter are getting a model of Jerusalem, the Butterfly House, and more. Chimeras, a frightening. Who owns children? Do conservatives have a difficult relationship with science? The only missing link, it's spiritual. There's some weird shit in here. Oh, so blogs from Ken Ham himself. We're entering the last week of 40 days and 40 nights of gospel music. Why new diseases keep popping up? It's called evolution. The origin of ticks and the genesis and emergence of Lyme disease. Yeah, it's called evolution. Done. Pro Chinchilla says, oh, okay, it's Ken Ham stuff. I may have to dive in there. It sounds like a bunch of science. Yes, you're right. Trans girl sounds like a bunch of science denying bullshit. I'll try to jump into it. I'll have to check that out. Let me see. Pro Chinchilla says, I thought he was going to end his stream now. It's so rare to catch JL Warren on these types of streams. That's one thing I'm trying to do, Pro Chinchilla, is I want to do this regularly on Saturdays. I want to have a Saturday stream, and then Sunday we do the Four Beardsmen of the Apocalypse. I want to try and release new content every other Tuesday, like a creative video every other Tuesday, and Week in Horror on Wednesdays is what I'm shooting for. And then Mondays and Thursdays and possibly Fridays. And Fridays I'm usually on the Plot Hole. So Friday you can find me on the Plot Holes channel. Saturday will be my live stream. Sunday will be the Four Beardsmen of the Apocalypse. Monday, Tuesday are kind of like my prep time. Wednesday, Week in Horror. And then Thursday, something else, and maybe my personal time where I'll be doing, and then of course streaming movies to Discord, when I get the opportunity to do so, because we stream horror movies in the Week in Horror Discord. Omni Oros Boros is in the house. Good to see you, Omni. He says, is your beard soft or is there some gristle to it? There used to be. My wife started making me use beard oil, so it's definitely much. There's a lot more volume to it, and you can see it kind of curls naturally, which is interesting. So I got like this kind of like tentacle thing going on, or curls, or I'm not really sure. Maybe it's a Viking thing. I'm not sure. I have no idea. But yeah, you can see it kind of does its thing. If you get up underneath it, it kind of like has natural curls to it. But it is softer. It used to be like hay. Trans Girl says, it's one of the things I am happy for during my HRT. I sleep irregular and get to catch his stream. It's 4:49 a.m. for me, and I should be in bed. Oh, definitely should get some sleep. Or you could just hang out with us. Definitely. I should change my name to Cthulhu. Well, I have the camera angled low, but there's HP up there in the above the thing poster. So there's my boy HP. Constantly looking over my shoulder saying, you should be fucking writing. Because that's when I should be writing. Alpha K91. I will be showing Phantasm 3. I've been shortly. But I'm also showing the director's cut of Nail Gun, which Eugene finally got me that link. So I will be showing that before we watch Phantasm 3. I'll be doing a double feature. But, we may watch Phantasm 4 afterwards if we have time. But I will be showing that. So I will be showing that. So it would be the director's cut, which has the extended torture scene of Art's character in Nail Gun, which should be a lot of fun. Pro Chinchilla says, oh shit, it's 9:50 p.m. here, trans girl, except that my sleep schedule is fucked up at the moment. Mine is kind of messed up too, just because, the sleep schedule of a writer. And it's 9:51 here, so we're Central Time. Very cool. Pirates, Davy Jones tentacle beard. Well, maybe. If it gets any longer, I could probably do that. Well, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about yes, plot hole is right. Texas Frightmare Weekend is next weekend. It's going to be a fucking blast. And I'm going to be exhausted. It's going to be so tiring. And I will be taking photos, and I will be doing shorts from Texas Frightmare Weekend. So you will get updates on my channel. They're probably going to be horror related, but it's going to be cool stuff. If I can get some pictures, just some like at the table pictures of me and some celebrities, I think that would be a lot of fun. But yeah, I think that'll be cool. But hopefully, we'll see that. I think it'll be neat. You'll definitely get some updates and some of the shit that I'm going to buy, some of the crazy stuff I'm going to buy, so I can put it here in the office. Phil Collins answers in Genesis. Oh, it says Skid Scratch says sleep is for amateurs. Yes, you will definitely, if you are a member of the Discord channel, of the Weekend Horror Discord channel, you will get the notification as to when we stream. So if you want to check out I don't think I put the link in this particular description, but any of my other videos, the link to the Discord channel is in those videos in the description. Join the Weekend Horror Discord server, and then you will get notifications as to when we stream movies. And then just jump down to the theater channel. Then you can pop in there, and we show scary movies for my personal collection. And we will be showing now that I have the link to the uncut, to the director's cut of Nail Gun. I'll be looking forward to showing that. If I get out of here, I can probably show it tonight. If I pop out of here, I think I'm pushing it to see, to see if we can unlock that next level of memberships, so I can get those new emojis out, because I fucking love making emojis. It's just like an unknown, enjoyable pastime for me is making them. I don't know why. It's just fucking funny as hell. Wrote it no last name. Says 6 days from now, I head out for setup of Wasteland Weekend. 3 weeks in the Mojave Desert. Fucking A. Pictures, Rodent. Many pictures. We wants to see them. Alpha K91 says, get the fuck out. I want to see Nail Gun. Hell yes. Omni says Nail Gun DX Nailier Edition. That's actually funny. I like that. I actually dig that. I'm going to tell Eugene about that. The Nailier Edition. Nailed It Edition or something like that. So I will definitely put out that. I will definitely put out that put out those notifications on Discord so that you won't miss anything. Robert Katz said, would you react to Epic Rap Battles? Is it Epic Rap Battles? ERB? That's what I know, Epic Rap Battles. So when I react to, I don't much do reaction videos. Although I've noticed that if I did read that, when I've been watching them, some of my reactions might look good, but I've never considered doing reaction videos. It just didn't appeal to me. Even though it kind of like, people think, see YouTube. I don't think I'm big enough to do reaction videos. If I break like 5,000 or if I break like 10,000 subs, I may do an occasional reaction video. Like, I could do like a reaction video to like the new World of Warcraft trailer or something of that nature. Things that I dig. Epic Rap Battles of History is also amazing. I just don't know if it would really, maybe it would pop. I have no idea. It just never occurred to me to really do them. It just didn't seem like it was in my wheelhouse. Maybe I'll give it a shot. You never know. If people want to see it. Steaming Cup of Reason, Nail Gun, 9 Inch Nails edition. I like that. That's very cool. All right. Yes, Alpha K91. Wrote another name. Definitely get Alpha K91 the details on that, because you showed us the trailer. So definitely show them that. That's some badass shit. That would be great stuff. Trans Girl says, I think you would be great doing them. Maybe I'll start looking into it. I've never considered it. Omni, that is a no. That is an absolute no. I will not be showing any baby pictures and the gross popping. I don't understand the fixation with that. I think I can understand what it is, the sense of relief, the kind of like the satisfaction that comes with that. But No, those gross me. Those are actually kind of gross. JL reacting to those cute cat videos. There's some puppy ones that are really adorable. That would just be like, oh, he's so adorable. Because I really like dog. I'm a big dog fan. As if you probably hear, it's probably, I don't know if you can hear that, but that's my dog Shotzi, who's in the backyard currently, who is barking her head off because she is a borker. Shotzi is a big borker. Jingles does not bork unless there is something to bork at. And when he borks, it's a serious bork because he's a big-ass German Shepherd. Shotzi just borks for the sake of borking because that is what Shotzi does. She is a borker. Cool. Well, let's see. Wrote it no last names. His tickets are $250. Go to wastelandweekend.com. Very cool. I hear it's badass. And I saw the trailer for it. Rodent shared the trailer with us, and it was fucking sweet. So Rodent, I expect photos. I want photos. I want videos. I want to see all the crazy shit that goes down there. If this really begins to take off, I think imagine the four beardsmen, not to Wasteland. Imagine if the four beardsmen went to Burning Man and we all did like DMT together. That shit would be fucking amazing. It just like live streamed it. Oh, that'd be fucking amazing. That would be so great. Plot hole says, all right, no eating tomorrow. So he's slowly digesting like a snake. All right. Well, it is 10 p.m. and there have been some requests, or it's coming up at 10 p.m. We've been going for about 2.5 hours. There have been some requests for me to show a scary movie in the Discord server. So, and there have been some requests to see the director's cut of Nail Gun, which I think this is a perfect opportunity. It's Saturday night. Why the fuck not? I will go and do that. So I will jump over to the Discord server here in a few minutes. We'll say I'll try and make it about 10:30. I'll put out the announcement that we are going to show the director's cut of Nail Gun and Phantasm 3. We'll start with that. And I think we'll go there and then to see where it goes from there. Should be a lot of fun. As a matter of fact, let me check something real quick. No, close that. Fucking Windows. I know I've got it here. So yeah. So how's that sound? So if you like, pop on over to the Discord channel, pop on over to the Discord server, Week in Horror, and you can find that link on any one of my videos, pretty much the Week in Horror videos or whatever. If you like, please pop over and subscribe to Week in Horror if you really dig the scary stuff, or if you want to hear us talk about scary movies, because we're all filmmakers and we kind of deep dive in. Yes, we have special industry guests that show up. So definitely check that out. But we'll pop over there. We'll watch some scary stuff. Watch people get tortured. Watch the tall man chase teenagers around the mausoleum. It'll be a lot of fun. So thank you to each and every single person that came out and hung out with me for these past 2.5 hours. I'm gonna try and settle down on some consistent topics. I don't know if jumping around if people want that, or if people like the kind of organic run to the live stream, or if I have one specific topic to go on, but I guess I'll just play it by ear until I get good at it. So I appreciate everybody for coming out. Please, yes, Trans Girl, thank you very much. Please smash that like button. And remember, memberships are available on the channel. It's 99 cents a month. It's the lowest I can make it because I think that's pretty much what my content is worth at this point. It's pretty much 99 cents a month. So if you can, you get access to all the emojis. You get the membership badge. And there will be more emojis on the way. Maybe like Lovecraftian emojis and other silly fun emojis. Dinosaur emojis would be fun. So definitely check it out. I appreciate all the members the new members tonight. Thank you so much. Y'all are amazing. So until then, Approach Until says do a poll maybe. I definitely need to show that. See, right now I'm running off of StreamYard, so I will try to figure out what I can do to do cool stuff like Johnny's doing, but I'm currently working on that, trying to put it all together. I'm still a little bit complicated for me. Right now I've got this down to where I can nail this, where I can do cool stuff run banners and say hey, look, these are the patrons from Week in Horror, and question, comments, we do stuff like that. And then if anybody wants to, for the artist who does like the artwork for all of Weekend Horror, for all of our t-shirts, all limited t-shirt shit, badsamuraistore.com. And don't forget, Bridge the Divide shirts are available as well on Teespring. You'll find that link in the description. So other than that, thank you, everybody. This has been a blast. Have a great night. Cryptomaria, you rule. Welcome to the Godless Army. And I think that right there, thank you, Cryptomaria. I do, and see, I'm going to get that name. I'm not going to fuck it up again. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining the Godless Army. And I think that's a good note to close out on. So until then, everyone, be safe, be excellent to each other. And we will see you next time.